such a fucking orchestra of pressing that record button. And the whole time I was just thinking, it would be hilarious if you misclicked and like fucked it all up.
Oh yeah, what if I just deleted
every podcast by accident?
I live on the edge and I like to keep everything that I have on my computer just in one file, and it's always one click away.
Ugh.
One click away from clearing my entire computer.
Somebody needs backups.
It's the panic button.
It's the... You hear sirens, so you're just hovering.
No, I hear somebody coming up the... What would sirens be coming here?
Well, that hard drive.
Of legal pornography? I don't think so.
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy. Welcome to the podcast. What was that? 30 seconds in, and we mentioned the word pornography.
Yep.
So that's...
You know, it's good to stay consistent.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to throw people too many curveballs.
Yeah, but it is a nice change from dung and fecal matters.
Well,
I mean,
I like that you just said it as if you're a professor of it.
Oh well, yeah.
They call me Dr. Feek. It's a very specific
Feek Al. That's I want to change my name to Feek Al.
Sounds Egyptian. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Egypt other than the pyramids, and I always
There's a Pizza Hut at the base of those pyramids. It's a Pizza Hut KFC split. Just think about that. Think about that capitalism for a second.
We're not.
Yeah.
I wonder how they fucking roped that. That's quite the location.
It is. They have a bunch of hotels and like rooftop balconies and shit, so that you can sit and at the same time like cafes and whatnot and just look at the pyramids instead of getting close to them.
Oh yeah.
Which totally defeats the purpose of hopping on a plane for 12 hours.
Yeah. You mean you mean just a living book picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could open a book and I would get the same experience. Only it would be better because my mouth wouldn't be full of garbage pizza.
I was thinking sand.
Also that.
I think didn't they just like find a tunnel underneath one? I don't know.
I hope so.
I just keep seeing things on TikTok and they're
It's
like,
probably
look, they
booby
found
trap.
a tunnel. They found a tunnel.
It's probably booby trapped like the Mummy.
I hope so.
There's a fucking... You go in there for 2 seconds and you got 13 black scarabs under your skin.
Well, the thing is like, that's got to be based on something, right? They don't just make things up for movies.
No, how could they?
I imagine every like temple has got like those pressure plates.
Yeah. Like a fucking... with poisoned punchy stick needles that come out of the walls.
And a giant, perfectly round rock set to roll at
any time.
Just a moment's notice.
Imagine that R&D guy that okay, we got to chip off this piece of the rock because it keeps getting stuck halfway down the tunnel.
Do we want to? Wouldn't a cylinder work? No.
Fuck that.
What are you trying to do? Pencil roll him out of here? We got a boulder. It's got to bounce off stuff.
I need the people who make Crash Bandicoot to have some source material to work off of. And a cylinder would be difficult.
I remember that level.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
Any level where, like, any of the Crash Bandicoot levels where you're running at the camera were, like, 10 times harder than the rest of the game.
Oh, yeah. The second, like, because, yeah, it always starts, like, from behind, and then the camera, like, whips around, and you're like, oh, god damn it.
Fuck, I'm outrunning something.
I thought I was going to run forward, now I'm running toward. I can't, I don't know what's right in front of me.
How am I going to see?
Yeah, there was never been a perfect run of those.
No.
Oh yeah, welcome to Grindhouse Movie Club, the podcast.
Where we start off talking about video games and pyramids of Giza.
And fecal.
Yeah, well, I mean... Yep.
The doctor, the PhD doctorate in scatology. Which is the thing that you can study.
Scatology.
No.
Is that scatting?
Well, I mean, it's not like...
Yeah,
it's like... Skibidi-bop-a-dop!
I mean, yeah.
And then examining what happens after that. Not so much the pushing, more so the collecting and sampling of the leavings of animals and people.
Yup.
Yup.
Leavings.
The remains, which is usually a body, but in this case, it's not.
Well, I mean, it came from one.
Grindhouse Movie Club.
Yeah.
Go to our website.
Dude,
for the love of God.
Mention the fact that we haven't talked about shit and then promptly talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Feel free to email us. I feel like we've got an email we never talk about.
grindhousemovieclub@gmail.com.
That's the one. And also thanks, Andrew, for the music.
If there are any inaccuracies in any of our statements, feel free to let us know all about them.
Yeah.
I meant to have like a disclaimer like 2 episodes ago about some bullshit I said that turned out to be so false, and I can't even remember what it was now.
You know what? It's fine. And if nobody corrects us, then like,
Oh, it was that Freddie Prinze Jr. isn't in Scream.
Right.
It's a guy named like Jonathan Adams or something like that looks like his doppelganger.
Right. The perfect crime was not committed.
Yeah, easy mistake to make.
You turned yourself in.
I did, yeah. I confessed.
Hey, it's a guilty conscience. Oh, you know what? I think this podcast actually should come with a warning. Just a small warning.
Yeah.
If you don't like the words a dead dog or
a bag of dead dogs
or a shopping cart full of bags of dead dogs
or the wet, loud thud a dead dog makes when it gets dropped 10 feet onto concrete,
or a dead dog full of rats, look, this is not the
warning.
for you.
Here's the thing about the warning, though, is you just said all the terrible things.
Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that we will be discussing
mood spoiler.
Yeah.
Dead dog.
Lots like this is like Marley and Me goes to hell. Is just boy oh boy.
Very different Marley. This is Marley and Me if he had an infection in his leg.
This is Marley and Me if
it needed to be put down.
If me was Satan. Marley and Satan. So yeah, you know what? If that's gonna bug you, this is the only time I'm really gonna warn anybody, because dead animals suck sometimes.
I mean, yeah, they do. They also just are. If there weren't dead animals, then we would be overrun by animals.
That's true.
You've seen what happens when there's no population control. There's like fucking 8 billion people on this earth.
People got to get bones somehow. How are you going to get your bones?
That's true. I have rituals to complete.
Yep. Oh, there's so many uses for animal bones.
My boss once did a service call with a lady who just had them around, like in containers, in pots and shit. And they weren't large bones. So these are small animals that she's just been collecting. He suspects that he may have been cursed.
Cursed or in the presence of a wicked animal bone collection.
Yeah.
She's in the process of curing so many bones.
Dude, her study is going to be wall-to-wall bones.
And it's like she's like the kind of collector that doesn't collect rare stuff. She just collects like common, like she's got like chicken bones.
Yeah, but like a lot of them.
Yeah. It's a big collection, but it's not that impressive.
We're doing, quantity over quality in this collection here.
When we're talking Pokemon cards, she's got circles and diamonds and not shinies. In the world of bones.
50 Bulbasaurs and nothing else.
50 Bulbasaurs.
That's a good name for a metal band, I think. Like a Nintendo themed metal band.
I got it. Yeah, and it's like a little chip tune.
Yeah.
And it's it's like, when you're about to battle somebody, it does like
yeah.
That's every song.
It's every song sounds like a turn-based fight.
And
then sounds of like whatever the hydro pump noise would be. That's like your percussion, yeah.
It doesn't sound very watery. It's like
it might just maybe it's the sound of the whatever fire hydrants that asshole has on his back at all times, as if having a turtle shell the size of a car wouldn't be like hard enough to carry around. Let's strap like tank rockets to it as well.
Oh yeah, and let's
give this guy back problems forever.
Let's fill all these animals to the brim with water.
I want more water in them than they have blood.
Is that water weight? Yes.
Almost constantly.
Yeah. Bloated? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, full of water.
Trust me.
Like a balloon.
I'm hydrocephalic.
Does that pertain mainly to the head and skull?
I think so, but I'm not 100% on that. Saw a kid with that once at the Western Fair.
Oh.
He had to be fed. It's unlocked a memory. Maybe a traumatic one for me. Oh.
Oh,
shit.
Of course he did. Oh my god, why was that the funniest thing I've ever heard?
Delivery is everything.
Oh.
Laughing at the misfortune of children. Only on Grindhouse Movie Club.
I'm not laughing.
Are you sure?
I'm laughing with the misfortune. Not at the misfortune.
What goddamn fucking movie did we do this week?
Oh my god, speaking of animals that are lumbering and thick, we did Alligator from 1980. Not Crocodile.
No.
And I made sure there was not a single crocodile in this movie.
Did you?
It did.
You're measuring with your eyes fucking snout width?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah.
I made sure there was not one single thin, long, pointy snoot.
Yep, that motherfucker. This is a very appropriate episode because I just got a giant alligator tattoo.
You did.
2 days ago.
I feel like you planned this out.
It wasn't, I mean, I don't remember if I picked this after my appointment was set or not. But we're going to call it a happy coincidence.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm going to start right out of the gate by saying that this is very clearly, if you were watching closely, a Jaws ripoff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They
100%
saw
it's a Jaws
Jaws
ripoff.
and they were like, well, what if Jaws was in the sewer?
Yeah, and grosser.
What if Jaws could get up on land a little bit? Not too far, though. He's still got to get in the water every now and then.
For some reason.
I think that's alligators. Or is it crocodiles? I forget. What's that Family Guy one where they're like, and staying out of the water just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it's just like one crocodile.
I think that's crocodiles, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, alligators do need to be in water.
Yeah, for a lot.
Yeah.
For a lot of the time.
They gotta be wet.
Yeah, you can't dry. Have you seen an alligator's hide? It starts off wrinkly.
It looks like a bad foot from the get-go. There's a show called like My Feet Are Killing Me. It's on Discovery Plus, and I'll tell you what, some people
fungal ass feet in that show, I bet.
Oh, a lot of fungal feet, just a lot of feet that boy oh boy am I glad they're not mine.
Yep, I'm out.
A lot of working class feet. Just
two things I care about. Two of my body parts I care about probably the most. My feet and my teeth. Penis close third.
I'm a foot and butthole guy. Or sorry,
but enough about my interest in women.
Teeth and butthole. Yeah, teeth are important. Butthole's pretty well important too. Pee hole also important. Like you don't. These are just things I don't want to leak. I like to. I'm gonna.
Whose teeth are leaking? Whose teeth have ever leaked in the history of teeth?
Oh, there's been some leaky teeth.
You got teeth like the fucking platform shoe's got a fish in it.
Oh,
it's just hollow with water inside.
I feel like that's something a rapper would have.
Good God, yes.
And that's the
new gold fronts, aquarium teeth.
And there's sea monkeys in them.
Yeah, tardigrades in there, water bears.
I feel like you don't want those in your mouth.
No. So the reason why this is a fucking Jaws ripoff is because it's about an oversized monster that lives in the water, and the main characters are a cop, a scientist that injects itself into the investigation, and then mystery third option, which is a hunter.
Oh, don't forget about the mayor who...
And the shitty mayor who
care.
sucks. The shitheaded mayor that sucks.
Oh, yeah, he's all for this whole thing. He's in.
Who would you say is the worst actor in this movie?
The worst actor? Oh, boy.
There's a right answer, but there's a couple of answers also.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say the worst actor in this film has got to be the child playing baseball who runs inside his house and closes the glass door.
Okay.
As the alligator's coming down the street, because he watches it eat a cop and he looks inconvenienced.
This is the same kid who's also inconvenienced by the cars on the road when he's trying to play shit baseball?
Yeah, at
Dirty
night.
hood baseball at midnight?
At night.
My answer is the fucking okay. Anytime that somebody gets cast as a police chief, for some reason they feel the need to yell always.
And they have like a gravel voice.
Yeah, this police chief sucks.
Okay. Sure.
He approaches like every conversation with anger as if he just caught his wife cheating with the person he's talking to. Every time.
Even at the end when he's like happy, yeah, he sounds like he's pissed.
Fuck's sake. I couldn't stand him. There's a scene where he's on a walkie-talkie, he's just screaming into it, but there's nothing to be upset about. And then he yells at a guy for looking in the bushes for the alligator.
Oh, yeah, he's not in the bushes.
You know what, though? He was in the fucking bushes.
He was.
Like a lot.
Turns out it's like the perfect spot.
Fuck.
Actually, everywhere is a perfect spot because
this entire city is blind to the color green.
This like city bus size alligator
somehow is just like it's Houdini.
It's a damn ghost.
Holy shit! It leaves the frame and it might as well be the Flash.
Oh my god! It really gets around town.
Yeah, unhindered.
Yeah,
and it should be hindered.
Nobody even asks if it's supposed to be in the area or not. It's like, do you even live here? What do you? I help.
Where's
feel
your
danger.
hall pass?
This film starts. Just to give you an idea of the quality of film we're walking into. This film starts.
I liked it. I liked the intro.
Actually, do you have a 2 sentences or less? I wrote one.
I do.
Again, it's amongst my things.
Mine is Betty White's been busy.
Oh my god.
It's a Lake Placid reference for anyone who hasn't seen Lake Placid. Highly recommend it.
I had one, and I don't. It's in my notes here somewhere, and when I come across it, I'll know.
That's fine.
But I guess I could probably sum this up in 3-4 words and a sound.
Okay.
Come. Ooh. Not one person said that.
Holy
shit. The alligator went wild.
Oh, I forgot that he did that to a crocodile. I thought for some reason it was a pig. Remember Bob the pig?
Yeah.
That eats the apple out of Preston Lacey's ass?
Yeah. So yeah, we're talking about Jackass.
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville. That's how he tries to entice an alligator.
Yeah, I think it's like probably season 1. It's just like the intro.
Yeah.
And it's just an alligator. I think it might even be episode 1. Who fucking knows?
Fuck.
Yeah, I've just...
Manny Puig just doling out the advice on how to get an alligator excited for your presence.
I forget, what does he say?
I don't remember.
That he just knows a lot of shit.
Yeah, him and David Weathers.
I don't know if I trust all the things he says, but I mean,
I would trust him on advice about snakes, and given his appearance, marijuana.
He
knows both of those things real well.
He's pretty good at making spears too.
Yeah.
I tried to buy you one once.
Doesn't he sell them on Instagram?
Yeah, you can just message him and he will message you right back and be like, yeah, they're really expensive.
I think Chris Pontius sells knives. I could be wrong on that.
He certainly does.
He either sells or collects them.
I bet you could reach out to him too. Yeah,
probably.
Manny wants far too much for his spears. I'm sorry.
I imagine.
Yeah, they're. I mean, I would too.
When your whole job is like working the circus sideshow in a crock pit, you must not make a whole lot of money.
That's true. Handcrafted spears.
Yeah.
This is my endorsement, by the way. Go seek out.
His last name is Puig, so he's native to somewhere that makes spears.
Yeah, good. And like spelling that's up to you.
Good fucking luck.
So this film starts. It starts with. It's a crocodile eye, but look closely. There's the entire film crew reflected in it.
I couldn't see it. I missed it.
There's 8 men.
Yeah.
Just looking at this crocodile eye.
When you said that to me, I was at the part where he's in the sewer already, and so I thought it was then because there is a moment where he opens his eye there too, but it's too dark.
Right at the beginning. So you got that going for you already, vouching for the quality of the film.
Yeah.
And then there's just a guy.
Yeah.
A guy doing something that, I mean,
Indian people die doing all the time.
You're just like crocodile wrestling is not, or alligator wrestling, I guess. I gotta get that straight.
Yep.
Alligator wrestling. I don't completely understand. You're just trying to sit on the alligator and close its mouth.
Yeah, that's it. To prove that you can subdue it, like you can arm wrestle an animal into submission.
This is not. I've never needed anybody to do that.
No.
I've never been like, I bet you can't.
Now, maybe if we lived in Florida or Louisiana, this might be like a useful skill.
It must be, because that's like the only place this shit happens.
And apparently Chicago, which is where this movie takes place. For some reason, I thought it was New York until they literally said Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, wink, wink.
So,
nudge, nudge.
The alligator wrestling is in front of a live audience, which I got the whole impression that it's like, it felt like a rejected action park idea.
Yeah, I feel like this kind of thing is just peppered all over Florida.
We have the death loop that bashes your face into the fucking bottom of it so that you lose your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
And then people slide through and get cut on your teeth, embedded in the slide.
And then they collect those teeth and sell them as necklaces.
Which serves a dual function in that when you get out of it, you look like you would wrestle an alligator.
Yeah, there you go. It comes full circle. You go in one end and you come out wrestling alligators.
Yep.
If not, you at least look like it.
The fucking alligator does what alligators do.
Yeah.
And attacks the closest thing to him that moves.
Well, yeah, and the dude like slips on a log and he falls in the water, and of course, I'm going for it.
Rest of the carnies to the rescue, pummeling this thing with bats.
Oh my god, they come in with WWE
fucking warriors.
Just 2x4s and just
holy shit.
I don't even think they're looking. They're just swinging.
Really hoping that during the cut they replace the live alligators with fake ones.
Yeah, fingers crossed this isn't what is it, Cannibal Holocaust situation?
Yes, it is.
A Faces of Death situation?
Cannibal Holocaust, they kill and eat a lizard on camera, and they also rip the shell off the back of a tortoise.
Hey.
And the tortoise is like 100. It's a big tortoise.
That's, it's not okay.
No, it's not great.
Okay.
It's funny going back to the 80s and before and seeing how, there's no Animal Actors Guild during this time period. You can pretty much just do whatever the fuck you want.
I feel like they didn't have somebody being like, hey, that's not good for the tortoise.
Probably don't have a dozen dogs in cages for a pickup shot with a scientist. You could have that dialogue anywhere.
Yeah, the cages could be empty. That's even worse.
Yes, it is, especially given the bags we see earlier. Damn.
So, while this alligator is doing its death roll, in the background you can hear the announcer being like, "Hey guys, why don't you come get your own baby alligator? Get your just Florida style baby alligator at the concession stand."
So
where you
good.
get candy.
Such a good idea to after what I've seen, I really want one as a pet.
Yeah, look at him rip and tear. You can buy one. They're $5.
And stick it on your boyfriend when you find him in bed with another woman.
Boy, oh boy. This anyway, yeah, so clearly the alligator's just sick of being ridden by methed out white people.
Yeah.
And he goes for it.
Wouldn't you be?
And then yeah, it's the fucking I gotta say WWE because WWF is no longer WWE, you know?
Are they separate now?
Well, WWF is the World Wildlife Foundation now. So
that's right.
So it's WWE. They're not.
We can't be accusing the World Wildlife Foundation of beating the shit out of an alligator on camera.
Yeah, no. Definitely gotta let you know it's WWE. And boy, oh boy, is it Rage in the Cage.
Yeah,
SummerSlam.
Elbow dropping, RKOing this fucking alligator for 5 minutes.
We're just saying the first wrestling things that come to mind.
100%.
Ah, the
Roman
Rock.
Reigns.
Giving him the old Rock Johnson.
Okay. His dick?
Yeah, it sounds like he's having sex with it. I'm sorry.
Here's Dwayne the Rock Johnson and his Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I don't like the Johnson.
That's how he walks into a room.
Well, yeah, it walks in first. Oh yeah. Also, the dude on the announcements as they're like carting this dude out. Oh, by the way,
he'll be back in a week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We promised you gator wrestling. Sometimes they win. The whole time this is happening, there's like a 10-year-old girl in the crowd who's like
the expert in the crowd.
Yeah, the only person who's got any knowledge on gators, clearly.
Yep. I didn't know that apparently turning them upside down puts them to bed.
I didn't realize they were sharks.
Yeah.
But also, like, yeah, just flip them upside down. Yeah, I'm sure that they've got time for that.
Yeah, during this panic?
Yeah, they're going to calmly be able, this guy, he's just going to just roll over, buddy.
You're fine. The fucking alligator rolls plenty of times, and it's wide awake.
Oh, yeah. Fucking... So, in their death roll, do they just pass out? Just momentarily
they become
pass
narcoleptic,
out?
Yeah.
Hope to God that they have enough momentum to roll back around, or else... Well, that's it.
That's the end of it, yeah.
So, after all of that...
We're still gonna... as a 6-year-old child, going to convince my parents that this is a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to buy this gator.
Most annoying mother ever in the background.
Oh my God.
It's gonna rain.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Fucking Florida.
Shut right up. It's a miracle it's not raining.
So, I don't like what I've written here.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know what kind of parents still buy. Like, you just saw that man lose a foot.
Yeah.
And
it's reason enough to say no to this one. We'll get you a beta.
Yeah, literally, we will get you a puppy. We'll get you anything else other than this.
Yep.
First of all, it's gonna get big.
Yeah, it sure is.
Look how big that one is.
And we'll just give it to a wildlife shelter, whatever the fuck she says.
Oh yeah, you think they're gonna want that?
Yeah.
Oh good, an alligator.
A zoo.
Perfect.
Yeah. Just what I wanted to complete my collection.
Yeah, just an animal we don't have anything to put in.
Something that'll devour the rest of the animals at the zoo.
Yeah, while we build its enclosure, we'll just let it in with a zebra. So, this is their vacation. They're in Florida on vacation. They're going back to Chicago.
Yeah.
And this girl is raw dogging the alligator there the whole way, is what I wrote. And I'm not proud of.
It's good that you wrote it, though.
Yeah.
I think we're all better for having heard it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So on the radio, when they get home, we learn that Chicago is mid-riot, has literally no effect on the movie whatsoever.
Didn't see a lick of riot.
There wasn't any.
In fact, the
riot occurred because of an alligator.
The SWAT team seemed pretty, open and had nothing else to do.
Yeah, their schedule is clear.
Yeah.
For some reason, Dad's pissed right off at his daughter for going to fucking school.
Yeah, what? I didn't. Okay, look, this is a bad movie.
Well,
I'm not gonna dance around the fact that this
it's not
father,
good.
Like, it's morning on a fucking weekday. Where do you think your fucking daughter is?
She better be in school.
Yeah, like
you'd better know for a fact she's in school.
So she names this alligator Ramon. She puts it in a big fish tank.
Ramon.
And now we're introduced to the dad just being like, "Where the fuck's my daughter? It's 10 a.m. on a Monday!"
And like,
you stupid bitch wife! Where is she?
And the wife hits him with the exact same energy. Like, what's this house like? No wonder she's interested in pets that can kill adults.
Yeah.
This is her contingency plan for when she inevitably gets hit.
So for some reason, because she's at school on a weekday,
I'm flushing this shit.
Yeah, I've had enough of this gator we've had for one day.
Yeah.
I'm putting an end to it. This gator's been sitting here for 12 hours.
What are you going to say to our daughter? I don't know. I'll lie.
Well, we found it dead like the hamster. So what happened to the hamster?
I'll lie again to my daughter.
Good parents.
Dude, conspiring about it. So they flush the alligator, and then the intro credits is just literally a baby alligator that somebody threw into an estuary and filmed it.
Yeah,
animal rights didn't exist back then.
I imagine you might have something to say about the pipes.
Really trying hard to drown this alligator.
Yeah, well,
now,
can you drown an alligator?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
I feel like being sucked through pipes would be enough.
Sucked through pipes like fucking Augustus Gloop and Willy Wonka.
Also, so they throw the alligator in the toilet, and then he flushes it, and then the camera spins like it's in a washing machine.
Yep.
What kind of suction did toilets have in the 80s?
It's Chicago, dude. People are taking big shits.
Yeah, they're all that
sauerkraut on hot dogs.
All that fucking deep dish pizza.
Yeah, that's a lot of dairy.
Much like the Chicago Bears, the people of Chicago are having gigantic bear-sized shits. So they need that suction.
Fuck's sake. I don't, because I mean it's 1980 and it's very likely a combination sanitary and storm sewer, so it's going to be huge. Okay. That's now against code. You can't do that anymore. I do have other plumbing things to say, I think, later on, though. That's my story.
No worries. I'm just really, a lot of this is opinion I've written down, and it's a very angry opinion.
Yeah. The way that we're introduced, first of all, the main character's name is David. He's played by a guy named Robert Forster, I believe. And that's the only noteworthy actor. Two other actors in this movie. This was the last film they ever did.
Is David the homicide detective?
Yes.
Okay, so when I say homicide, I mean him.
Okay.
Not
homicide.
Not the entire department.
Well, he seems to run it.
But before I learned his name at all, they're like, "Hey, homicide? Yeah, that's me." I'm like, all right, his name's Homicide now.
So fucking, who the fuck? One of the reporter that gets totally scammed on by the safari man from Jumanji.
Yeah.
Was in another movie as a child where Lolita, which is a movie where a bunch of grown men want to fuck a child.
Uh-oh.
A very young child. And then this movie, and then she's like, fuck this. She wasn't in a single movie after this.
This is all the movies? fine.
I have to get sexually harassed in everything?
I'm out.
Oh, welcome to Hollywood. The way that we're introduced to the main character is he's picking up a fucking puppy.
Yeah, because his last one was stolen outside of a grocery store.
And the pet store owner goes, yeah, that happens a lot in this neighborhood. And it suspiciously sounds like he's the one facilitating this happening, which he is.
We do find that out.
Dog theft, is apparently rampant around here.
His like whole method of dog stealing is a lot like a pedophile. Like he's just got a white van with no windows, and he sneaks up on dogs.
Like while they're unsupervised for 5 seconds, and he takes them away.
We don't know what he does with them yet, but this is just...
It's got to be worse.
Well, what could he possibly be doing?
During this interaction between the two of them, the pet store owner, I can't remember, Luke is his name, not that it fucking matters.
Not that it matters at all.
He says, he makes some comment about how cute puppies are, and then David's like, yeah, they are, and then we cut to a close-up of him creepily smiling after having just said, small dogs are cute. So you changed it from like a nice wholesome comment about, yeah, I'm a dog guy as well, to I fucked all these dogs. Just by the look on his fucking face.
These dogs have been tried.
He's just...
They're broken in, if you know.
I've curated this collection.
Yeah, he also makes some fucking comment. He tries to like connect with this cop. He's like, I know what you're going through, man. Thinning in the front, bald spot on the back.
Yeah, apparently all of the comments about Robert Forster's receding hairline were improvised by him and then added into the script.
Okay.
So anytime he gets made fun of for having no hair, he did it to his fucking self.
Well, look, there's no hiding it.
No.
You might as well point it out.
Honestly, go bald. Jean-Luc Picard it.
Jean-Luc fucking Picard it.
Like, who cares?
Zip around space... Just slick as fuck.
Otherwise, you look like a chia pet that didn't get enough water.
Yeah.
It's not a good look at age like 30.
No, I'm afraid to cut my hair because
you don't want to look at the pattern that's developed here?
Yeah, I feel like there's probably one. Can we just talk about how cheap puppies are? In 1980,
what was it, like $15?
$15 tax, and it's $15.90 all in.
In fairness, it's a mutt, but at the same time, like purebred dogs right now are like $600 to $1,200.
Oh yeah, but still, $15 and you've got your. That's how serial killers get their start.
My cat was $120.
Yeah,
and that was 14 years ago. It's probably way more now.
Oh yeah, all my cats are found.
Yeah,
found cats.
I just look in every cardboard box I see by the side of the highway.
I mean, they're gonna be there, unfortunately.
I just saw a video. I think it was a TikTok of this guy. He stops for a kitten in the middle of the road, just on like a back road, and picks it up and says hi. And he's like, "I'm gonna have to take you home, huh?" And then from the bushes emerge 13 more.
Oh
and
my god!
They just surround him like children of the fucking corn. And he's like, "Oh, I guess I gotta take them all."
It's a fucking trap, man.
Yeah, it is.
So we're at a water treatment plant.
Yeah. With some parts in it.
Yeah, just human parts too.
It's a little weird.
Yeah,
Whole ass arm.
There's police that are like skimming the water with like minnow nets. I don't know what they were looking for, like maybe a ring,
jewelry, a
finger,
things you can hawk.
They certainly aren't looking for body parts, but so yeah, we got this chewed up arm.
Yep.
Is it an arm or a foot?
It's an arm now, and then it's a foot later.
Right.
Or like half a leg.
And then the coroner's like, "Yo, one time we just had a toe. Still figured out who it was though. We're good."
Dude, this fucking guy is like Sherlock Holmes of fingernails later.
Yeah, he is.
So it makes sense.
Oh yeah, he figures out they're different people by the way they cut their nails.
I like how fast paced the information is in this movie. Like it doesn't really fucking dilly dally too much with just cutting right to the next thing that's happening. Like case in point, right now, let's just go to the guy capturing dogs and taking them to the fucking science lab where experiments are being conducted on them.
Oh yeah. Can we just? I'm just gonna say this right now.
Yeah.
It's not a great look to have the pet store van go in the front door to the pharmaceutical company to make that drop off.
Maybe pull around back.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna go in the front. I can just unload here, right? In the ambulance parking. That's probably fine.
Could you at least take the big sign off the side that says like pet store? Come on.
Definitely not a pet store. Pet store.
Yeah. So is this before or after, like, he's like, yeah, I'm homicide, and the chief shows him a big dog and a lady. No. So yeah, this comes first. They're like, hey, who here is homicide? And he's like, it's me. And for some reason, the chief wants to show him a big dead dog.
Hey, look at this fucking thing, eh? Isn't that wild?
The lady's like, hey, this looks like my dog.
Yeah.
But my dog used to fit this tiny little sweater. And that is a Great Dane under a blanket. What is this?
The whole thing there being that there's only 3 of these dogs in the whole city, apparently, because everybody very diligently registers their dog so that they have to pay the dog owning fee.
Absolutely. Everybody for sure registers their pets because the city needs to know how many cats you got in your house.
I definitely haven't received a phone call from whatever agency is in charge of collecting that $40 a month, and at no point during that phone call did I say that my cat was dead.
Oh, good.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, perfect.
So, and then they stopped calling me, which
Interesting.
is what I wanted. I still get birthday cards from the vet, and it doesn't cost me a dime.
I love it. I just didn't register my pet, and now I'm good. I
got mine from a shelter, so it was like pre-registered.
They came by one time, and the cats weren't in the doorway, so we were good.
My boss, or my ex-boss, had a real big husky that would run to the door anytime there were visitors. Mm-hmm. And so one time it was those people, and he stood right beside that dog and went, I don't have a dog.
I love it.
And they couldn't do shit. I
love it. You can't prove that's his dog.
At all.
There's a dog in this house. He's renting.
I don't own a dog.
He's got the upstairs bathroom. So the important thing to note about the scene is why I bring it up.
Yeah.
Important thing to note about this little bit here.
Tiny sweater for a large dog.
That, and as the chief is walking him over to the dead dog, he's like, hey, this dead dog over here. Yeah, it's gutted. Yeah, there's no insides in this dog. It's even had its larynx snipped.
Huh.
Interesting.
That's an interesting, definitely a noteworthy piece of information.
Yeah.
To have collected.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna
as
go
a
ahead
police
and
officer.
Just jot that one down.
Yep.
Seems important. So yeah, and now the pet store owner is delivering dogs to a scientist who is very clearly dissecting a dog.
And let's, to be even clearer, emphasis on the fact that he only wants them young.
Yeah.
You better not give me a dog that can consent. I want puppies only.
And no cats, even though you've got tons of cats. It's gotta be dogs.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, later on, they're doing the same thing with a cow. So I don't think the species matters so much.
Well, I think so. They're trying to develop a growth hormone for cows to make them bigger to solve world hunger. But for some reason, it's gotta happen to dogs first.
Yeah, that's the... I don't think cows and dogs have remotely similar body makeup.
I don't think alligators fit in that mix either, but here we are.
I mean, like, they do experiments on, like, pigs because they're very similar to human beings in terms of, like, their insides. I don't know if that's true for dogs and cows. I feel like you can find a more similar animal than that. Try a goat.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be some science, and I hope that they would have done it to discover. And not just like, well, what can we get the most of right now?
Well, he's wearing a lab coat.
Well, yeah. That doesn't mean he's done his science. Just means he's snipped a couple dog larynxes.
I think legally you're not allowed to wear the lab coat unless you're doing sciences.
You can buy a lab coat. Haven't you ever been to Walmart around October?
That's ethically questionable.
There's mad scientist costumes all over the place.
Yeah, fair enough. But they come with Mort or Rick hair, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't have to complete the look.
For some reason,
accessorize.
In order to be a mad scientist, you have to look like you're constantly touching a Tesla coil.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every good scientist has been fucking zapped.
Yep, at least once.
At least twice.
That's proving or disproving hypotheses with electricity. That's the best way I've heard.
Zap me once, shame on me. Zap me twice, hair big as tree. That's the rhyme. That's the scientist rhyme. They all say it
when that's right in the oath.
They all take the oath too.
Cut straight to a grocery cart. brimming with garbage bags, which are brimming with dead dogs in those.
Can we just look up? I got one question here.
Yeah.
Why is the pet store owner in charge of dumping the dead dogs?
That's a great question.
Why is he
You'd think the transaction would be over when he delivers the dogs to be murdered.
Yeah,
Why is he taking on the extra responsibility and overtime?
I don't get it. Yeah, is this an extra fee? Is this part of the fee? Like, because I feel like the scientist probably would be able to just,
Put them in the back with the bags of fat from people?
just, science explosion. Whoops.
Why is this oven hot always? I picture it as sort of like a Dr. Frankenstein and Igor situation, where he does all the experiments and then his helper takes out the trash, literally.
Yeah.
In
a shopping cart.
Yep. That you just walk into a storm sewer like nobody's going to see that and go, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, hey, you can't dump that. It's dead dogs.
Oh, by all means, dump that.
This is a fucking sewer, not a pet cemetery.
Holy shit. I don't want to go way up there. I have to way down there, I guess. And this guy can't throw. This is why he's a pet store owner, is because his football career failed. He tries to huck one dog down just into the water and completely misses and hits like the concrete platform right beside the ladder.
Oh, with
wet, loud. I don't know who the Foley editor was on this, but they're a genius.
They dropped a steak off a ladder.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like a prime rib.
Sarah McLachlan would be rolling in her grave. In the arms of an angel.
This is the best PSA for adoption ever. Way better.
Away. Please adopt these dogs.
Whap! Or else this'll happen. Let me tell you also, this is a very realistic dead dog, to the point where I thought it might actually be a dead dog.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went to the vet and they're like,
you got any extras?
Hey, look, I'm saving you a trip to the crematory today. No, in the bag.
Just in the bag. It's going to end up in a bag anyway.
While he's hucking dead dogs into the sewer.
Yeah.
He's pulling them out of the trash bag like he's got to save the trash bags and bring them back.
Oh, he's recycling them.
Maybe don't.
Inside of that van smells horrible.
Oh, for sure. And like you got to wash those bags, buddy.
Also, the ladder down that he takes is covered in moss and like dead dog guts. So he's been doing this for a while and he's not getting any better at it.
Do you think like the dead dogs piled up for a bit and then the gator ate them, or do you think like the dead dogs and the gator happened at the same time?
Well, this dumb idiot goes he doesn't clear the blockage that's damming the dogs from flowing down the sewer,
which is just a shopping cart.
He just hops into the sewer water and picks them up and like tries to forcefully maneuver them around it.
Yeah, like he's pretty okay with touching dead dogs and sewage water.
He gets promptly attacked by the alligator, and the alligator in this case is just the camera. And he falls back, and he gets a fucking mouthful of literally sewer water. It goes all over his face and mouth, dude.
I hope it's for real sewer water.
It seems like they shot in an actual sewer.
I didn't read the FAQ, but I'm hoping.
I could almost guarantee it. You're not going to find structure like that unless you were to literally make it, and they walk all around that place.
Fair.
I'm fairly certain it's an actual fucking storm sewer runoff.
Well, I mean, he deserved every drop of that.
That's goose.
That's fucking.
That's your goose shit right there.
That's your goose shit. That's your human shit. That's your.
Enjoy your Giardia.
You basically kill yourself. You've got the Black Plague.
Yep.
Do you want the Black Plague first, or do you want to kill yourself? Kill yourself. Just kill it. Just kill yourself. Oh no, the gator's gonna do it for you. Good.
But yeah, we're good. It's fine. I don't have to worry about throwing up my shit and shitting my throw up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to worry about my skin exploding with disease.
With boobos.
Boobos and boobays. All right. So out of the sewer, back in the sewer, the homicide guy's like talking to a sewer worker who hasn't seen his coworker in days, but he punched out for him. Maybe don't punch out for people.
Yeah, I mean, you're essentially responsible for when like the time theft later.
Yeah. He was like, I saw him Friday, and you said nothing.
You said nothing at all, and now it's Monday.
And 2 and 2 equals 4. This he's dead. That was his arm they found.
Yep. And then we find a leg next.
We do find a leg.
And that leg belongs to, as per the also recovered dirty Persian rug the man was wearing as a shirt. The horrible Persian rug knockoff shirt he was wearing.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear to us that man is Luke, the pet store owner.
Absolutely it is.
I don't know about you, but as a cop, if I saw that shirt a second time, I would immediately assume, because who the fuck else would wear that?
Yeah. You know what? I got a Wayne Knight vibe from Jurassic Park.
Wayne. Yeah.
So
guy whose name I'll never remember.
Newman from Seinfeld.
You didn't say the magic word.
Yeah. So he's doing
What a dick. What a dick.
What a dick.
To soft lock a computer with you being like, ha ha.
Yeah, because he had to sit there and like
program that, yeah.
And then he had to record the
Oh my god.
Anyway, fucking Wayne Knight, Jurassic Park, he's doing shady shit, trying to escape the park.
That's true.
In the flood, wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt.
And a bright yellow raincoat in the jungle.
And he's murdered by an unnatural beast.
Nice. Killed it.
Jurassic Park came way after.
Did a great job, though.
Actually, you know what? It was a book. I don't know when the book was written.
It was a book first? I don't even think I knew that.
Michael Crichton.
Oh, shit. All right.
So, yeah.
That makes bad detective thrillers.
He does. He also makes Jurassic Park. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, if you have trouble picturing that last scene in your mind, just play that scene in your head. It's the exact same scene.
It sure is. Minus the ink in your eyes.
Yeah, minus the ink in your eyes.
It's just sewer water instead.
And him trying to figure out which way the road goes by spinning the arrow. I never understood why.
It's like playing roulette.
Yeah, like it's probably
he's flipping a coin.
I feel like it was probably pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
Unless it was pointing up or down.
I don't remember. Yeah. Get a ladder.
So,
this fucking detective goes, well, based on the fact that these toenails are square and the other ones from before were rounded, these are two different people. What fat fuck in 1980 running a pet store has time for a petty?
Who has time to clip their toenails in general? You don't see them.
In 1980s Chicago, who's clipping their fucking toenails? Who's manicuring?
Fucking, well, clearly... I have no describing words for him. He's just a fat man in a Hawaiian shirt.
A fat, greasy man in a Hawaiian shirt like the guy that hits on waitresses at the airport.
Yeah, picture that.
Yep.
They're like, oh yeah, in the shoe we found cat litter, so he must be some sort of cat fanatic. Not just an owner of a cat.
Yeah, no, every cat owner is insane.
So in case, just to drive it home, this is the pet store owner. Did you know that? It's the pet store, it's cat litter.
By the way, we found
owner.
parrot feathers. And then also just a bearded dragon around.
Just a fucking bearded dragon doing his thing.
Yeah. Which is squirting blood out of its eyes to ward off predators.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool thing to be able to do.
Sure
I'm not going to lie.
Again, hit over the head with the fact that this is 1980 and nobody gives a shit about animals in movies.
No.
Not the greatest investigative tactic, because... the scientist that the detective goes to speak to, the one conducting the experiments, and with cages of dogs who can't bark because they cut their throats.
Yeah.
I would be pressing this interrogation a little bit more strongly than casually with my arms crossed like a disappointed substitute teacher.
Yeah. You know what? I probably would have brought this scientist in for questioning rather than going to him for questioning.
Yeah. Nobody gets brought in for questioning in 1980.
It's much easier to go, you're under arrest, shithead. Look at this dead dog.
Look at this dead dog and your bloody hands from touching dead dogs, probably.
And, like, this whole time the dogs are, like, barking, but, like, they're just making sounds.
Yeah.
But it's a clip of a dog barking, and they added the sound in later, guys. Don't worry about it.
That's fine. That's probably an intact dog.
I hope it's an intact dog.
Ideally, yeah.
I feel like those dogs were pretty quiet, though, that whole scene.
They were.
Hoping they were.
A couple of them were asleep, so I just thought they were dead.
Hopefully they were stuffed. Pound puppies or whatever the fuck those things were.
This scientist boss has his hand in the back pocket of the mayor because this scientist is like getting married to his daughter or something.
Is that oh,
that's why the wedding party, and he's at it.
Oh, I didn't realize that was him because he wasn't wearing a lab coat. I was just like, oh, this Alan, So
it was casual Friday.
That's why he's like, oh, he's my number one boy.
Yeah, that's why he aggressively grips a young man's shoulder and looks him dead in the eyes and repeats number one boy with a smile on his face.
Keep killing the dogs.
Maybe I'll get married to somebody else's daughter.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This guy's dipping his pen in the company ink.
Yeah.
And the ink is dog blood.
The company stink.
Oh yeah. See, I didn't put that together, and I was just wondering why they bothered to show that guy at all. Like, he's my number one boy. Never see him again.
I'll tell you why you see him is because the director's grandfather apparently wanted to try acting for the first time at age 78. That's not a piece of trivia. That's just my assumption based on his skills.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a fucking. He almost looks like the old guy from Winter Beast.
Yep, a little bit.
A little bit, except
no dildos in this movie.
More masculine too. He's much more macho than the old man in Winter Beast.
You mean that flamboyantly gay old man? That in real life probably gay old man who's seen some shit because he chose to be gay in 1970. I couldn't even get it out, dude. Oh, I tried so hard.
I'd like to point out that
that was very much a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about my opinions about the socio-political climate.
Oh, boy. We cut right to a press conference.
Yeah, and this is a pretty realistic press conference in that the detective is very disinterested in being there, answering any of the questions. And right up front, there's a man who looks like the shitty asshole tabloid reporter anytime there's a movie with one.
Is this the guy from later?
Yeah.
I hate this guy.
Fuck
He's the
this
worst.
guy. So, and this, it reminded me of Courtney Cox in Scream. Anytime somebody muscles their way to the front of an interview crowd with a shit-eating grin, you know that the shit is what they're stirring.
Oh, boy. And, God, he doesn't even grab a ladle. He's fisting the pot.
He's bare-handing that gumbo.
This dude's up to his elbow in the shit.
Oh, my God.
So
hey, man, is this a murder investigation? Well, I'm really not going to comment on that. Hey, remember when your fucking partner died on your watch?
Basically, that's the entire press conference. They go, I don't know. They say I heard the words Edward Norton.
Yeah, that fucked me up.
It's like, oh, is that the dude's name, or is he just in the room? I don't see him. Where's the Hulk? Show me the Hulk.
Also, the partner that he gets later on to investigate the sewer is named Jim Kelly.
Oh no.
For those of you outside of the Greater Toronto area, that is a radio host who is quite popular around here.
I don't even know if it goes that far as Toronto. I think he's local.
I think it stops at Brantford, yeah. And then it switches over to a different FM station, which is still them.
Okay.
It's still them.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's because Chorus Entertainment's got us it's got Southern Ontario by the nuts, doesn't it? What do you want to watch? YTV? Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I hope you do, because please watch it. We can't even keep CTV in London.
Oh my God. So yeah, it's this fucking journalist, and he's just like
dick.
They're asking questions like, is there a dead guy? Was it a slaying? They keep saying murder because they think there's a serial killer.
Yeah.
And then this guy's just like, so dead partner, huh? I pulled the files, and you've got a dead partner.
That's not really relevant. I just wanted to make you sad this afternoon.
Did you find any more feet with your dead partner? Dead partner.
Dick. And then despite the fact that they didn't say it was a murder, all of the newspapers are like, well, we got a killer. Mm-hmm. We got a fucking killer, so enjoy that. Fucking this guy also, David, can't go 2 feet without somebody mentioning his receding hairline to him.
Oh my God.
And like, I understand the backstory behind that in the script, but in the movie, if that's what I had to deal with, I would have started punching faces like months ago.
There would have been a day I came to work where my hair was a lot thicker because I just spray painted it.
Yep.
I would have done one of those like 80s like hair
like
systems.
The episode of Kenny versus Spenny where he stashes like a roll of lead in his hair so that he can weigh more.
Yeah, he does. Oh my God. It's like
a Jesus crown.
Yeah, it's like a lead wire or something like that.
Super heavy. It's probably like a 5-pound roll. We get those in solder all the time. I know exactly how heavy that feels.
Oh boy. So we get this little montage of newspapers.
Yeah.
Just so you know, time is passing. That's just so you know.
Yep.
In case you were wondering if time was passing and things were developing, they are. There's headlines to read. I didn't read them.
Nope. But during the investigative conversation at the precinct, a man just walks in with a bomb. Pretty impressively blasé response to a terrorist in a police station.
I think you might be ahead of ourselves
that
here.
could very well be. I just wanted to point out that 9/11 changed everything.
Right. Yeah, it did. It really did.
You know?
Thank you for pointing that out, because 9/11 did.
You wouldn't be able to get anywhere near a police station with a clock that big these days.
Flavor Flav is thrown into custody
Yeah, he's
immediately.
fucked everywhere. He walks into a bank like that, shut down the bank.
So yeah, that's right. No, you're actually not that far ahead of us. Yeah.
I just don't remember anything that happens in between.
Oh, he's like, hey, I'm going down to the sewer.
Oh, this is when he gets Jim Kelly.
Some shit's going down in the sewer.
I wrote about Jim Kelly, basically the bottom of the barrel police officer at the precinct, because David doesn't even look his way until everybody else says no to him.
He's also like 12.
Yep.
He's like a young boy.
I wrote, why does he look like he's constantly chipmunking a jawbreaker? It's chewing tobacco. It's fucking chewing tobacco.
Okay, well, I would say maybe it is a jawbreaker because he's probably 15.
Well, both of them make you salivate, and all you see is him spitting. So it could be either.
Okay, you know what? I didn't see him spitting, but I wasn't looking for spit.
Yep.
An officer comes up and he's like, "Hey, here's a box of junk. This is gonna help you if you find a pocket of methane."
Gases fill the volume of whatever container they're in.
He might as well have fucking nudged him as hard as he could and winked until his eyes bled. But we'll get to that later.
Oh, fuck. He might as well just looked right into the camera at the end of the sentence. For if you find a pocket of methane, audience.
Methane pocket, which, by the way, comes in a fog.
Yeah, it does.
It comes in the form of a fog.
Very often a green one.
Yeah, and not at all just an odorless... Actually, no, it's got an odor. It's farts.
It does. The more dangerous one is radon, which you also get in a sewer, and that is odorless.
Okay.
And that and radon is the same, it's the same principle as dry ice in that...
Not good.
Not the same chemicals, but if you're in a room with dry ice for too long, you end up just breathing carbon dioxide and fucking dying.
You certainly do. I've
same
seen,
as radon.
There was
radon makes you go to sleep and not wake up again.
There was like an influencer. I think it was Australia or something.
Yeah, I thought it was Russia, but I know what you're talking about.
No, you're right. It was Russia, and they wanted to have like a party. So I guess the thing is when you throw a brick of dry ice into a pool and just chill with the fog.
But
he
was
jumps
a wedding,
in like
it was
an
a wedding
ass.
celebration.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he jumps right in there and dies.
And everybody's like, "Oh, he's having such a good time."
And then later on, 2 people also die. Your fun wedding turned into a triple murder.
Well, sometimes you die.
Oh yeah, Shockwire.
So, yeah, this is where the cop who hands him like the box of shit's like, "Hey, if you grew your hair out a little bit and swept it over, nobody would be able to see your fucking vampire Dracula-esque goddamn widow's peak."
It's called a comb over, and the reason why it has a name is because everybody knows you did that. I could spot a comb over from across a lake.
It's named after the action you do to make it.
Yep.
He tells him to get like a 90s alcoholic. Like if you watch Under Arrest, I don't know if it's still
like a
on
bad
Netflix.
father's haircut.
Every male in Canada who was alive, old enough to make memories in like 85 to 95,
oh my God,
had the haircut this man's trying to tell him to get.
You don't even know how fucking right you are. You know why you're so right? The guy, the creator and the director of Cops has a comb over.
Yep. Well,
you're dead right.
That's
he wanted to make sure he was being represented in media.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, in Under Arrest, the people with the comb overs are generally smashing their faces on the back of the cop car until they bleed, and then laughing about it.
Yeah.
Because they're drunk.
Yeah, I don't understand the correlation there. I've been all kinds of drunk, up and down, and I've never wanted to bust my own head while being arrested.
Well, that's because you haven't been drunk enough, and you're not quite old enough yet to need this haircut that they're talking about. Once you get the haircut, it's over.
It's like a brain sucker. It just controls your thoughts, like that parasite that makes like crickets jump into lakes.
Exactly, like probably like that bug I sent you.
Yeah, that fucking bug that was nothing but a head and an empty husk.
And it's just
walking around like it ain't nothing.
I saw another one that was a wasp trying to put its head back on.
Fuck all that.
Yup.
Why are bugs zombies?
Just die. Just die, bugs.
Yeah.
Roll over and die. There's millions of you.
Yeah.
You're winning the fight. Don't worry.
What is it? Something like 10 million ants for every one person?
Something like that.
That's too many fucking ants.
Yep. And
Get less.
they're all underneath you right now as we
They
speak.
sure are, man. Everywhere.
And they could be in your ears. Oh, man. I was watching something at work yesterday about a girl who had thousands of ants in her ear.
I don't need to hear this information.
Well, ear ants.
What is your station in life where you let that many ants get in your ear? Why are you stashing chocolate for later in your ear canal?
I don't know, man. Ants, they're gonna find that sugar wherever you put it.
We used to snort pixie sticks in school.
Shame
for
on
funsies.
You. That's not good.
That immediately stopped when I was informed that that's how you get bot flies in your nostrils.
Oh yeah, they'll get in there.
So fuck that.
Oh yeah, they want that sweet, sweet sugar, and also to fucking
a warm, moist area.
A nice place to lay their bugs.
Ah!
Yeah,
Fuck.
I'm not pleased with that.
Shouldn't be. I wasn't. But I have to have it, so now so do you. Not bot flies, just the information about them. Let me make that painfully clear. As painfully as having a bot fly in your nostril.
So this is where the guy comes in with, and he's got like headphones in his ear, taped like to the side of his face, running. I don't know why.
Does he think he's like a CIA secret agent?
That, or he's worried about his headphones getting ripped out.
Yeah. Well, I got a rude awakening for him when AirPods come out.
He's gonna save so much money on tape. And so he comes in, he's like, hey, I'd like to confess to all the murders in the sewer. I did them. I did the murders, and
yep, this is how I did them. I used this kind of knife, which immediately makes his confession worthless because no knife was used. It was teeth. They were serrated. Also, I have a bomb.
Yeah, I'm here to finish the job. I'm gonna finish killing everybody here.
I started with two people not even closely affiliated to the police whatsoever, and I'm gonna end with the police.
Yeah, which, you know, they're lucky this guy's crazy because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But
not at all. Also, the radio told me to do it.
Yeah, oh yeah, they start saying
I'm hardwired plugged into this thing like a robot.
And he's singing about the radio, telling him to do it.
Yeah.
And so this is where Homicide's like, you know what? I stopped wanting to be a cop like a fucking week ago. I don't give a shit what you do. And then he walks out like a distraction. And that's when the young cop puts a gun to the back of this guy's head, and they all converge on him and
really putting your hostage negotiation eggs all in one I don't give a shit what you do basket.
Yeah,
What if that didn't work? He's like, okay, sick, boing, and he hits the button.
You're giving me permission.
It's not a murder if it's consensual.
Verbal contract.
I have witnesses for about 5 more seconds.
I'm gonna have witnesses all over this fucking room. So it ends up being a radio.
Yeah.
Just a radio.
That he was probably listening to at the time, hence the headphone.
Yep, biggest fucking weirdest radio ever seen, but...
Why does everybody get all fucking hung up on music like it's the reason to kill?
I don't know.
Fucking Charlie Manson with the Beatles. There's more.
Oh, yeah, there's way more.
There's definitely more. That's the most notable one, though.
Yeah, I got nothing for you. I just, the Beatles.
This doesn't interrupt any shit at all, though, because we're going right to the sewer anyway.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about no bomb.
No.
Right to the sewer.
Hey, I'll spit my dirty chew spit into the sewer water because I'm not making it any worse.
Yeah, certainly not improving it. You're just adding to the Borg.
Kelly's got a real bad attitude for somebody who gets, like, the inside track on the most grizzled leather jacket wearing detective in the whole fucking precinct.
Oh,
You know that he's got nuggets of wisdom.
I heard it's unhealthy to work with you.
Hey, thanks for the heads up on that.
Yeah.
But I don't really listen to that locker room talk.
Is it because of the dead partner?
The thing...
It's usually because of the dead partner. I get it.
You still co-signed all the rumors about him at the same time, though. This is just what I've been hearing. In case you were wondering about your reputation around the old cop shop there, it's bad.
Yeah, around the old urinals in the shower, we talk about you with our penises.
Yeah, well, we shower together after a long shift.
A long shift of clubbing dudes with our batons.
Yeah, my thick black stick, I guess.
Just using my baton on a guy's face and throat. That's
Fuck 12, eh?
yeah, they come to us like they're just walking around, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think
I mean, they're looking for the culprit.
yeah,
The more body parts.
they come across some methane and it's a fog. Ooh,
Yeah. Ooh.
we know where that is now for later.
Pretty unprofessional time to be pulling the old Houdini trick.
Yeah,
Hey, we're in a dank, dark sewer with one fucking flashlight and a map that doesn't work, so it's like a labyrinth. I'm gonna disappear right as we leave, like a sheer drop-off of like 20 feet to a much lower sewer. I'm just gonna disappear right after that and then sneak up behind you, once again, in the dark sewer where homeless live.
yeah. You know that part that was bricked off and then the bricks were removed?
Yeah, let's go in
Yeah,
there.
you get in there, buddy. So, there's I think they're like looking at the map, and then Homicide with his like flashlights aimed down at the water, which lights up the big old crocodile behind them.
Yeah, and so I learned from the trivia page that there was a different score for this movie. It was fully complete, but then a musician strike or whatever happened, producer's strike, so they couldn't actually record it for the movie. So the score is a combination of just keyboard notes and music from the fucking Twilight Zone.
Well, I'll tell you what, it sounds like they tried to get as close to that Jaws theme as they could with their synths.
Absolutely. In the fucking pool or whatever later.
Yep.
It's so close to the fucking... It's the royalty-free Jaws theme.
It really is. You got Kevin MacLeod to make that, didn't you? You downloaded that from Incompetech.com, I could tell.
But then also, like, the horror stings, like when the alligator shows up and shit, it's just some guy hitting the brown note on a keyboard.
Yeah.
In a studio somewhere.
I'll give it to him, it worked.
Yeah, sure. The alligator originally disappointed me heavily because I could tell it was just scenes of a guy with a hand puppet running with it right beside the camera.
Yeah.
I was like, if this is what I got to look forward to, that and a tail coming close, I'm going to get mad.
Yeah, in this particular scene where it's behind them, like, all you see is the jaws, like, kind of illuminated.
Yeah.
Behind that, there is no room for an alligator to exist.
That's correct.
It is a wall. So that kind of peeved me, but
Yeah.
I liked the shot up until I realized there was a wall there.
That's fine.
And then we're just like walking down this long hallway because the gator's here. We know
Yeah.
we don't know, but we know.
Yeah, no, we're aware.
We're aware, but they're not aware. So we're gonna continue to exist in this long hallway shot of walking.
I have a really hard time with people seeming to be blind to an alligator in this movie, and this is an example. How the fuck did you let it get that close without seeing it?
You know,
It's like they turn a corner and it's right there.
that's a great question. How did they let it get that close? How did the alligator get that close and not just eat them like it does
yeah.
everybody else?
Yeah, it doesn't waste any time with anyone else.
As well, silent to like.
Yeah, whisper quiet, fucking alligator.
This
He must have his soft mocks on.
This is the Jason Voorhees of alligators. So they and as well. Actually, I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's fine.
I forgot what I was gonna say right there. Oh yeah, no, aren't alligators one of the fastest animals?
It's crocodiles on land. They're quite fast.
Crocodiles on land. Okay, never mind.
I've never thought of an alligator to be quick. Usually what they are is bloatedly fat.
Okay, see, I was
They
thinking...
got a dewlap that's bigger than the body to dewlap ratio of a rabbit.
Yeah, they do drag on the ground regardless of sitting or standing, but okay,
It's
so
a homeless guy's bindle on your neck.
so it's crocodiles then they're super fast.
Yeah,
on
remember
land?
Primeval
Yeah,
and Gustav as opposed to Ramon?
right.
And
right.
he ran like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he did. Because like later,
I could be dead wrong about alligators and their land speed, but I don't think they're particularly fast.
I mean, you could be right. I'm not going to look it up at this
Yep.
point. Email us. Let us know. You know what? Better yet,
Ask the herpetologist in this movie.
send us a tweet at Grindhouse MC and just tell us how wrong we are because we got a Twitter.
Yep.
I forgot to mention it.
We got a Twitter, and I recently retweeted something that I answered the question in it. I don't remember what it
I
was.
saw that. It was good.
Yeah. Oh, it was yeah. The AI made the thing, and then I was supposed to come up with a name for the murderer, and then also the name of the movie.
Yeah.
And that was my first one. I originally thought that it was a flamethrower he was holding, but I liked the spear gun idea better.
I like the spear gun to be a bit. And to know what we're talking about, I guess you'd have to have Twitter.
At GrindhouseMC.
That's where you go.
I'll get a fucking Mastodon account.
Oh boy,
Nope. It's too many. It's too many.
Yeah,
I don't care anymore.
Yep, I'm good.
I got like the 3, and that's fine.
I think I might even have just the 2.
I talk to people more on Tumblr at this point than I do on Twitter.
Oh, Jay, no.
Yes, though.
Jay, no.
I need pictures of cats.
Get them anywhere else.
But that's the greatest place to get them.
No. Anyway, long hallway shot.
Yeah.
We're walking down a hallway. I don't know. I don't even know if we turn a corner or if we just walk by the camera and there's the gator.
It might just be that.
It's just gator
like
jaws.
It's a worm's eye shot of the detective just walking forward and then
Yeah.
or Kelly, either one.
It's Kelly. He shoots a couple bullets into the gator. Right. Nothing happens.
Again, in a corridor that would be too small for the size of this alligator later on in the movie. This fucking alligator is like a fucking Russian nesting doll, the way that it changes sizes constantly.
Yeah, changes sizes.
One time it's maturity. The size of a city bus. The next time it like fits in a fucking waist deep pool. Explain that shit.
There's times where it's literally a full size alligator. There's times where it's a baby alligator on a little tiny set.
Yep, that's true.
And you can tell by the way it is. You just look
the way it is that.
Yeah, that's just that, and that's that.
So they try to escape this fucking elevator. Kill me, just murder me. Alligator, because I got way too ahead. I have this thing that I've noticed I do, that I knew that I do, but I finally am able to describe it succinctly. I finish sentences in my head before I speak them. So I get ahead of myself, and that's why I end up combining words all the time. I'm not going to change for the world.
You get excited.
Yep.
You're excited about gators.
It's true. This one turned out quite nice, actually, later on. They try to get up through a manhole cover, but he can't fucking lift it because he's a big-time puss. And then he's just got to hang off the ladder and watch Kelly get sucked into the sewer, once again, getting real sewer water all in his eyes and mouth and nose.
Oh, yeah.
Every orifice gets filled with sewer water.
Yeah, this manhole cover too. I would say it's about 4 feet from the sewer, and it's like just enough for the homicide guy to get all the way up the ladder and be safe.
Yeah,
and the other guy is still feet on the ground.
Yeah,
right underneath him.
It's a little inexplicable given that like 2 seconds prior they were running through sections of a sewer where the ceiling was about 10 to 12 feet above them.
Yeah, I guess sewers probably changed height and depth a lot.
They
different
do.
Tubes and tunnels.
But you're gonna have to go up some stairs or something.
Yeah, I got to imagine that the sewer's a little further down than what that is, but
slope exists.
Hey,
indeed,
gators got to get fed.
Once you get to the fucking Johnny Knoxville roller skating drainage ditch that it flows into, we're quite below the water table.
Yeah, yep. I believe they also get hit by the gator's tail at some point, and that sends them flying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the young detective is like dragged off. You get to see him like looking down from the top of the manhole, and you see him like fall back, probably crack his head on pavement.
Yeah, he seems to hit it pretty hard,
and then he's just dragged away, which I thought was
nice. Yeah,
it was one of my favorite shots of the whole film.
And then just hospital.
Yep, because let me tell you. Fading to white is a lot easier than telling a story. Yep. Fading to white and then having a nurse just be like, yeah, you came out and said some shit and now you're here.
Oh, fading to white and then establishing character background by reading news articles already read by the person who handed it to the character. Best way. Best storytelling.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my fucking favorite.
Shit. This nurse sucks, by the way. There's no like...
She's the worst nurse.
I'm going to get you a doctor. We run these tests and these tests. This is what's wrong with you. Just, nope. You were screaming in the street about an alligator, and now you're here. See ya.
And later on, I'm going to tell strangers about this. In the hospital.
That's a fucking direct violation of HIPAA.
I mean, it's the 80s, but still.
Fuck.
Anyway.
Doctor's like, you can't leave. We're going to run some tests. And one of my favorite lines in this movie, fucking David, the detective, looks that doctor square in the face and goes, "I'll give you some tests." What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
What are you testing?
God. Yeah, you can't leave. Meanwhile, pants are on.
Yeah, dude, watch me.
We got to test your brain for nuts.
You got squirrels up there. Also, it's their own goddamn fault for making his clothes accessible. If they wanted to keep them, keep the clothes.
Yeah. So, just so you know, it's been a day. It's been 24 hours since the guy was dragged off, and now.
Yep.
And the chief is there, and he's like, "Hey, we looked for the guy. We looked for that young cop. I don't know where he is. There's no gator either. What you talking about?"
I know that you've never given me a reason to doubt your eyeballs and your ability to see and describe crime scenes, but I don't believe you when you say that it's a gator.
Yeah, there's no gator.
You know, when we found that arm and leg suspiciously with a bunch of teeth holes that look like alligators' teeth in them, I didn't think it was that either.
And you know what? When I say we do not know where the young cop is, we have no idea. We spent less than 24 hours looking, because here I am, and I've had a shower since I've been in the sewer.
You raise a great point. The thin blue line here doesn't exist in Chicago, I guess.
And I'd also like to just point out to you, no, it doesn't. I bring that up later, but I'm just going to tell you right now, we're done talking about that dead cop. I don't think he's brought up once more.
Oh my God. Nobody questions the only witness to this cop's death about the dead cop.
Yeah, he's gone. I don't know.
Fucking sucks, eh?
Must have left town in a hurry.
That sewer's a real mess. He must be a mole person now.
You get lost down there. It's Chicago and not Los Angeles down there. That's for sure.
Fuck.
We are in Chicago.
I didn't know it was in Los Angeles, but it stands to reason.
Jay, let me tell you something.
Oh, yes. Tell me. I need you to tell me.
There's at least one, maybe 2 points in this film where they're looking at a map and they're like, we're going to go here, we're going to go here. And on this map...
Oh, when they're going to swarm the sewer?
Yeah, and on this map are locations boldly written. Boldly written. And these are not... This is...
Oh, I'm so sad that I fucking missed that.
Monterey Park?
Oh, shit.
I typed the word Monterey in, and it's California.
Did you see palm trees?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Look, I'm not going to bring it. I didn't want to bring it up. I was going to let it slide in this movie.
Glad you did.
This movie pissed me off, and I will bring it up later.
Okay.
So yeah, we're in the hospital. The nurses try so hard to keep this guy in the hospital.
Not at all.
They don't at all call orderlies or anybody.
No sedatives.
There's no code called. He's just putting his pants on. He's leaving. The nurse leaves. This fucking journalist is just here.
Smoking in a hospital.
Smoking in a hospital.
1980, everybody.
Smoking.
Next to people with lung cancer.
Within feet of compressed air.
Also that. We mentioned this before. I don't remember which movie it was. It must have been Jaws. It was Jaws.
It's probably Jaws.
Yep. And the same thing.
And
you have pure oxygen being pumped into every room directly.
Yeah, let me light this up real quick. I'm going to ask you a few questions, but first, I need the rich, refreshing flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Of a Newport.
There you go.
Chicago, so it's probably Newports.
So there's the homicide. He wants to get up because he will not rest while this guy is unaccounted for.
Yep, and also there's a giant alligator,
which is a fun way of saying dead.
Dead, and I hope you like your coffin with plenty of space.
We'll be burying a toe. But yeah, so the journalist is there. How the fuck did the journalist get into the hospital and just walk around, walking indoors? I'm a journalist. I don't know anybody here. I'm not visiting. I'm here to stir that shit up.
Yeah. That pot full of shit.
With this lit cigarette. Does anybody else want one?
I got plenty.
So yeah, he's there, and also he's speaking to the cops with far more aggression than the cops should allow him to speak with them.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, I'm not talking to the chief of police. I'm talking to this guy. Fuck you.
Yeah, and then
dead partner. I pulled your file, you dead partner having son of a bitch. Another dead partner, huh? I was standing back behind here. He says something like, the news broke. We got the news. Another dead partner.
I'm noticing a trend with you in letting your partners die.
Like, How is this even the news? They haven't confirmed he's dead.
Yep, at all.
You were just behind me when we said this.
You were within earshot of a conversation and made some assumptions, huh?
This is how the grapevine works.
Journalism.
Yeah, that's basically, he's like, I'm just here to fucking make a story.
To quote Penn Jillette, did you do all of that hard-hitting research in your ass?
Oh my god. That's a TV show I need to watch more of.
Yes, it is.
Also, to quote Penn Jillette, your colon is not an English muffin. That's another quote. You take him to the bank on that one.
Oh my god. Ew. Why would it be one?
Because they're talking about why you don't need to get your ass blasted with water, because when you cut open an English muffin,
yeah,
there would be lots of crevices for peanut butter to get stuck in.
That's true.
That's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Bidets.
So
Bidets if you're fat. I realize that this guy gets probably cast as a tabloid journalist all the time because with his Beatles haircut and frog eyes, nobody would ever put him in front of a TV camera.
Oh god. Oh yeah, no.
Holy shit. This guy looks like a dude I worked for at a dry cleaners once.
This guy looks like he's just had a rough life of rude words.
So yeah, the fucking news broke. Fuck you. The police chief is driving this detective either back to the precinct or home. I don't remember which.
They go to the scientist.
Yeah, they go to the
right
fucking
from there
herpetologist.
Who, by the way, for a scientist has the most closed fucking mind. Like, I'm a scientist, I'm right. Science, it's
elitist.
It's science is science, and it's science to science.
Mm-hmm. And we've done all of it, and there's no more to do. I just keep doing the same over and over again.
Yep, I'm gonna get this venom and
innovation and development. It's 1980. We've already discovered all the things.
Life doesn't fucking find a way.
No, it sure doesn't.
No way life finds a way, ever.
Yeah, we don't learn that it does until, 91 when Jurassic Park comes out?
93 or 4.
Okay. Either way, this is what I was saying. Annoyed that now that we have to address the fact that the partner's dead, the way that we find out how is the police chief hands him a newspaper with an article about it in it, and then he reads it aloud to the police chief who's already read it.
Yeah, I also wanted to just you see this line right here?
I do.
This is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points.
What do we
the individual hyphens there?
9 notes.
Okay.
9 notes in between the journalist being like, I want to know the story, and the story being written, published, and the chief's already bought the newspaper.
The printing press works fast in Chicago, okay?
Been less than a Christing day.
It's breaking. They stopped the presses and reran them.
They spoke to one person.
Yep.
And where did the chief...
2 hours later, story published.
The chief stopped for a fucking...
a hot
dog? What's something they would stop for? Like a chili dog. And he
roadside hot dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
For free, because you're cops.
So, during this whole... With the scientist, this is where I realize we're over the fact that there's a dead cop.
Yeah.
We've completely forgotten about the dead guy. We looked for him for one day.
The only time that he shows up again in the movie is during a PTSD flashback.
Yeah, even the chief's like, there's no fucking gator down there. Okay.
This is, I'm glad that with no evidence, one way or another, you've made up your mind already.
Yep, just a missing man.
Good police work.
Inexplicably just gone.
Yep.
And you know what? If he's not going to show up to work, then fuck him.
We put him on leave anyway.
Yeah. He forgot about us. We forgot about him.
I saw him hit a black guy yesterday. If anything, he deserves it.
I wasn't going to say anything, but now I am. So, yeah, this is where I start getting mad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like the hottest reptile expert to ever exist?
No, after that, when we're driving and he hands him this newspaper that he's bought.
Yeah, I get it. I didn't really put together how fast all that had happened.
Yeah. And so, look, we're driving.
Yep.
Let's take a look out the window real quick at the mountains and palm trees of California. Let's go ahead and think about all the mountains we see in Illinois, huh? Chicago, surrounded by mountains and palm trees.
There's one mountain in Illinois, and it's a landfill.
Honestly. They drive up and down this fucking road the whole movie.
Oh my god, dude.
Anytime they're going somewhere, it's not in the city anywhere. It's always they're taking this road where in the distance.
The only one that they would let him shut down for such a low budget
Yeah.
piece of shit movie.
It's a goddamn mountain range.
They shot all these in one day.
They had to have. They're like, this is like the only time during the movie where there's daylight.
Oh my fucking
The
god.
rest of the film is set in the night.
A lot of it does occur at night, yes.
But when Homicide goes to apologize, the mom's like, oh yeah, she always takes forever to wake up in the morning. Outside,
It's fucking night.
It's pitch black.
Yep.
Fuck.
It's night time.
Anyway,
Also, during that scene, that woman offers him a coffee after having already poured it for him, and then when he says he has some, she goes, you just make yourself at home, don't you? You did that!
I think
You facilitated the coffee in his mug?
I think the mom might have a touch of
The dementia?
yeah.
Because probably.
She's been cooking with tinfoil.
Holy fuck. She fucking keeps calling daughter on the phone, talking about ironing shirts. Probably got a bunch of burn holes in those shirts because she irons them 15 times in a row.
These shirts, you could fold them like a piece of paper. so flat.
Only 8 times. Only 8 times.
Yeah, it's really weird. Fold a piece of paper right now. You can only fold it 8 times.
Perfectly in half.
Yeah,
That's the important distinction.
Yeah. So at this point, he throws him the fucking newspaper. He's like, look, the only thing you're taking is a leave of absence, and he throws him this newspaper. You waited.
Oh.
You waited. You've had this paper.
Yep.
You've read the paper, and you've waited until now, until the perfect moment where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take all these people down into the sewer.
Fucking raring to go on this investigation.
Nah.
Hold up. Nope.
The only thing you're taking is a leave of absence. Read this newspaper to the camera, please. Out loud for everybody.
Literally what that is.
Yeah, and then
Unnecessary pickup of somebody else reading the newspaper. Like, who fucking cares?
just another cop, and then the guy's like Homicide walks in, and some cop's like, hey, stop reading that.
Stop reading that thing you already read and was there for.
And so yeah, this is the example where there's like the thin blue line doesn't exist because
No.
Why wouldn't they be like, dude, they fucked you, huh? Oh
Yeah,
man, we're not gonna let this sit. We're gonna go bother this. We're gonna make this guy's life a living hell like we cops
dude.
do.
We're shutting down his whole news station.
Without any reason. We're just gonna go through everything. We're gonna get a warrant for his butthole. Don't worry. No, they're just like shh. Okay, keep reading. He's gone. He's barely rounded the corner.
When Matt just shushed, he did his shifty eyes. That made me feel good inside.
Well, you gotta make sure he's not in the room.
Another good example of how the thin blue line doesn't exist. They're taunting this man who just watched a guy die by putting alligators in his locker.
Oh yeah, they do that, don't they?
Dickheads.
Oh my god, yeah. But boy, are their faces sure gonna have egg on it
Yeah.
soon enough.
Egg and gator jerky.
And their own blood and gator guts and gator feces.
The fucking... we talked to the herpetologist for like 2 seconds, right? When she's just like, it's not a fucking alligator. I know enough to know they don't grow that big.
Yeah, on the way back, the chief's like, well, she's the leading authority. She's got the word on gators. Does she? Because she's handling snakes.
Yeah. You know...
What is the leading authority on gators doing in Illinois where there's none? What's she doing?
You'd think she'd want to be close to her source material.
You
Her
would!
research subjects.
What the fuck?
That's why she's working on snakes. She can't get good gator around here.
Well, then
They're
she's...
basically the same. They have scales.
Are you telling me?
You know, I could knit a pretty good wool sweater, maybe. That doesn't mean I'm a tanner that works with leather all day. I couldn't make a belt for you.
Fine, but...
That's my point is you're working on snakes. You don't know shit about alligators from snakes.
Exactly! There's not even an alligator picture in the room. If you were an alligator expert, you'd have a diagram. You'd have a fucking diagram up on that wall.
You'd have one of those Da Vinci's, but it's an alligator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you'd have a PhD that says, like...
Alligators only!
Yeah, you would.
So I guess herpetology might just be the study of reptiles in general.
Yeah, maybe. She's
I would still go to Louisiana if I wanted to know information about alligators.
Yeah, so her main thing is, Nah.
It's
No
fine.
gator. It wouldn't survive down there. There's no sunlight and there's no food. Surprise. It's got takeout.
It's got takeout. Oh, dude. Uber Eats making a killing in this sewer.
Oh, they're not they are being killed in the sewer. You get close enough, you throw the food in there and he kills them all.
Yeah, fair enough. Cut to the reporter going down to investigate the gator by himself and promptly getting eaten. Let's talk about the...
Wait.
Yep.
Before that.
Okay.
Because he goes to the nurse and he's like, so.
Right.
Was he talking about anything?
The nurse
Gators.
then, against her oath, divulges information about a patient
Yep.
to a random stranger.
Yup.
Who also, I'm pretty sure the nurse was present for how sour that interaction was.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So why in the fuck is she being helpful to the guy who's a dick?
My favorite part was during this conversation, the nurse is like, he was on a lot of meds, so he was sleeping. And he's like, meds? What's that?
What's meds?
And she's like, medications. Well, thanks for dumbing it down. Thank you on behalf of the fucking backwoods,
Holy shit.
simple viewer who's not up to date on all this medical mumbo jumbo.
Every other one of this journalist's articles is about cousins he likes.
Yeah, this fucking simple, uneducated fucking hill folk viewing at home. We really do appreciate you dumbing it down for us.
Idiot doesn't know shit.
Medication. Okay, so he's on happy pills.
It's a miracle I even managed to put a VHS tape into the player with my retardation.
Very, very funny.
Okay.
Sorry, it's Borat. He's like,
Yep.
He's got a very funny retardation.
Oh,
Like my cousin
yeah.
Bilo. I'm sorry about that.
That's funny.
It just happens. It comes out. When I hear that word, I go
just fine.
Borat. Anyway, so yeah, now he's down in the sewer because this nurse fucking broke so many codes all in one go.
Yep. Now, I don't know too much about photography and camera equipment. It's a lie. I know a decent amount. This, because we're in 1980, is definitely a roll film camera. In 1980, autofocus had just come out, and it was a piece of shit. Also, those things aren't waterproof.
Oh, no.
So when he's taking a bunch of pictures of a crocodile perfectly focused while he's also thrashing around because he's being eaten alive, and they come out perfectly, how'd you get that fucking roll of film out?
Yeah. My camera takes a minute to focus.
Also, that motherfucker ate the camera.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they pulled it out of his poo. So this journalist is down in the fucking water. Or he's down in the muck.
Yeah.
And he's the worst journalist. He sees a boot. That boot's not dramatic enough. Let me fuck around with the boot.
Let me put the license plate up on top scenically of the shopping cart to get the perfect shot of just trash.
Let me manipulate all of this so
just junk.
Immediately this is no longer journalism and it's sensationalizing garbage.
It's become a college project.
Yeah. So that happens. And then I believe he wanders around and he just finds a dead dog full of rats.
Yeah.
A dead dog full of rats.
Oh, man.
Brimming with rats.
Doesn't it, this happens later on in the movie as well, but does this one also fucking poke itself out of a tiny hole?
No, this one's
it's just splayed out.
This is one that didn't hit the water.
Where are these dead dogs coming from now? The pet store owner is dead.
Yeah, right? So they must...
They just found another vagrant to do illegal things for them for probably no money?
Yeah, the first... for a gigantic alligator, he sure doesn't eat a lot of these dead dogs.
No.
The dead dogs hang around.
Well, it's a supply and demand issue.
Fair. So he's wondering if he finds that shopping cart that the pet owner didn't bother to dislodge.
Yeah.
Which is clogging up the whole dead dog system.
Gumming up the works.
Gumming up the dead dog works.
See how many times we can say dead dog in this episode.
Gator eyes.
Yeah.
Was my next note. But dead dog.
Yep.
So the journalist he's tampering with some shit. The gator's sneaking up on him. And this is where you get that like Jaws, but not Jaws theme.
Yep.
It's like dun dun.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Later
dun.
on in the pool, it still does the same fucking 2-note climb. It's just a different octave.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yep. I mean, they got it as close as they could get it. I mean, if we didn't
Yeah.
just watch Jaws, I might not have picked it up, but we just watched it.
I wouldn't have put together the characters being the exact same in combination either had I not read that on the trivia page as well.
So, yeah, the flash is going off, and we cut to he gets attacked by the gator. Flashes are going off.
Yeah.
We cut to homicide detective reading his gator book that he took from the lady, and he gets a call. Okay, I'm on my way.
You better be.
I would hope so.
You're homicide.
Get on down to the water treatment facility. We got more body parts.
Yep. So here's what we're gonna do. Obviously there's something in there. And it's a fucking alligator, guys. All right? It's a gator.
I don't know about that. Let me see the pictures.
Oh, an alligator's wide open mouth.
With a man's arm in it for size comparison? let's not read too much into this.
I could almost guarantee you these are just like development photos from designing the animatronic alligator.
Yep. Oh my god. Trick of the camera here. Yeah, he's like, so we got these pictures here, and the first one's of a dead rat or something. He's like, oh, why are you showing me this rat? He's like, oh, sorry, not that one.
My bad, that one's mine.
Yeah, here's the fucking monster, and yeah, it's clearly got the guy's arm in it.
Yeah,
I think we can concisely say, hey, we're gonna board up the sewer.
Yeah.
Nobody goes down the sewer anymore.
What we're gonna actually do is put a bunch of barbed wire and sandbags at every entrance and exit to the sewer within a 4-mile radius, as if that would stop an alligator.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna get tangled up in the barbed wire? The fucking hide of an alligator is like boulders glued together with beef jerky. Nothing gets through that.
Oh my god. And like, if he can't go through it, he's just gonna go under it.
Yep.
He's an alligator. He's scraping the earth already.
Yeah, he'll carve a hole.
He'll wedge. So yeah, this is the only thing on the news right now, is that there's dead bodies in the sewer.
Yep.
I think somebody's flipping through news and it's just like, dead bodies in the sewer, dead bodies in the sewer. We got some dead bodies in the sewer. And this is where we start to see like fucking all of like I think are the cops gearing up, like the fake SWAT team has arrived. The SWAT team who's been costumed by somebody who's seen pictures of army people and cops.
Yep. Caused a problem where they were shooting because people watching thought that they were real terrorists and called the police. Because they didn't look like SWAT members. They just looked like terrorists.
Well, yeah.
And they're in a black truck that was supposed to be a SWAT wagon, but the word SWAT on the side looks like fridge magnets.
It sure does.
You're not fooling anybody.
Also, look, if you're on the SWAT, I think the chances that you're going to have a bullet belt fairly low, because this isn't World War I.
No, and tactics exist.
Yeah.
We don't have time to break out the M60 in a pinch.
Yeah, let me thumb these bullets out individually from this belt and load them into my assault rifle. The gator, the scientist is still like, nah, it's a small gator. If there's a gator, it's a small gator.
Maybe you didn't see the picture of the arm, bitch.
Yep.
It's massive. And I know for a fact that you can estimate size of animals based on, like, bite radius.
Oh, for sure you can.
Because Jaws.
Yeah.
Also because that's just a thing scientists do. This head, I can now estimate the size of the body.
And you know what? They've been doing it for longer than this. Like, they've been doing
it for people.
They've been doing it for at least 5 years before this film.
Yep.
Because they did it in Jaws. So we know this technology exists.
It turns out she's in Chicago because she's a shitty herpetologist.
Well, yeah.
She doesn't get to be at HQ.
No, they go, you study the snakes of Illinois.
You study garter snakes all day.
You better not be telling people you fucking work with gators, lady. Why do the police have an RPG?
That's such a good question. Also, what do you plan to do with that?
Why is it never
Blow
used?
A hole in the infrastructure of Chicago, Illinois? Because it's methane. It's clearly flammable.
Yep. I just wanted to know. I mean,
it's a great question.
They pull it out of the trunk of a cop car.
Yeah.
So I got to assume everybody's got one.
It's standard issue in Chicago.
Yeah. It's for those riots.
They had like the highest fucking murder rate to day ratio for like 3 years. It's like St. Louis, Missouri now, which is where this cop's from. Also hilarious.
Which is, he keeps, They also drive through Missouri on their way back to Chicago from Florida. So, where are we going?
Oh, jeez.
Why is it these three places?
It's a great question.
So yeah, the scientist joins. She's there.
What she does is show up, to a cordoned off area and is just allowed in despite not identifying herself to anyone.
Yeah,
She just pops up behind him like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah,
My bad about the whole alligator thing.
She's going to be so useful.
Yeah.
Standing outside of the sewer.
Talking about her childhood.
Having fuck all knowledge about this gator.
But she's got the same knowledge that, as we find out, she did as a child because she was the kid with the gator from the beginning of the movie.
Was she?
Yeah, she tells the whole fucking story while they're looking at the map.
I think I was mad about the map being of Los Angeles.
Probably.
Oh my god, so this gator's been down there for a while.
This gator is Ramon.
All right, so...
That's how we learn.
Okay.
She's too stupid to put two and two together.
All right. Okay, this movie just got a little better for me. Okay, see how I'm sitting here being like, so what's it been, like a day? This gator's got big in a day. How long has it been since it's been flushed? And now that it's down here, why are we only finding dead body parts now, though, is the question.
No, so much time has elapsed.
Nobody goes down into the sewer maybe once a decade. But yeah, okay. So yeah, she's the little girl from the beginning.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Also, HRT takes like a while to kick in. Ask any trans person.
Okay, I will. Anyway,
it's a joke. It's not HRT. It's growth hormone.
No,
right? I understand.
I think we put that
trying
one
to
together.
slip a trans joke in under the radar. Don't mind me.
I will. You've been minded.
So the fucking SWAT go down there and just start ringing the dinner trash can.
They're
trying to like smoke it out, but it's still just a person with a trash can lid. So the gator he's not going to give a fuck.
It's like a dollar store marching band.
Yes, it is.
They got like pots and pans and they're just...
It's Stomp.
Because, the gator hates Stomp.
Rightfully so. It's got taste.
What can we do to annoy the gator? Well, let's fucking stomp it out.
Let's take my billy club out and just bash on the walls here.
Yeah, so alligators react to sound, I guess, is the idea that we're going with here.
They get all the way through the sewer from one side to the other where the other roadblock is set up. And just to be sure there's no friendly fire, definitely announce their presence to the rest of the police, waiting for a giant alligator.
Yeah. And
then everybody goes, oh, no, it's just our buds. And then they copy-paste the audio of a couple people laughing 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
I just heard the exact same. It was like watching The Big Bang Theory.
So yeah, when they're emerging, you hear all the banging, and then the banging stops. It's like, oh shit, the gator.
Yeah.
It quietly got him, but it got them all, huh?
Why wouldn't you just keep banging away?
Yeah. And then they come out, and that's when I was like, okay, now the gator, because the gator's gonna sneak up behind him and get them all right now, huh?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Nah, we didn't get that either.
Nope.
And then also Chicago's a big city.
Sure is.
So 20 minutes we were down there banging those things.
They went through one tunnel.
Yep.
They went through one tunnel. What is this, branches to other tunnels? Fuck all that.
Yeah, I thought the
gators only walk in a straight line.
It was the plan was to close off all of the exits.
They don't figure that shit out until much later.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because I think even somebody's like, yeah, as long as you don't corner it, you'll be fine. I think it's the scientist. She says that shit.
Yeah.
Still not believing there's a gator down there, but we only have images. It's cool.
We only have proof.
Yeah, just hard proof, you fucking scientist bitch. I say that with the utmost respect for women scientists.
Well, all the men are in Florida.
Oh boy. So yeah, this is where everybody's just like, well, there's no gator, you stupid idiot.
Yeah. All right, hang it up. All this, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars in effort. We're just going to search one tunnel and then peace right out.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We didn't even find Kelly. Fuck him.
Well, yeah, obviously we're over Kelly. We didn't even look for him.
The turnover rate of police in this city is just so bad that we just, fuck, he's probably dead. That's the 5th one this week.
God, so many of our thin blue line, our boys in blue, turn into sewer people. I don't know what it is, but the policeman's life.
It's a pipeline.
Yeah, it's fucking. You start as a cop, you're all ending up as sewer people.
Yep.
So the chief takes off with homicide.
Yeah.
and they come across children playing baseball in the evening.
And in the
middle of the night, in the street.
Yeah, there is no natural daylight here. We're playing baseball by streetlight and graffiti that's neon.
Yeah, because we just went from daylight to night in the matter of driving our car down the street.
Like 3 blocks, yeah. Gets fed up with the kids because they won't move out of the way fast enough.
He puts the cherry on top of the car, and a kid makes a face at him. I don't know how he
basically mouths "fuck you."
I don't know how he didn't get billy clubbed right there.
Exactly. Fuck this dumb kid too.
Yeah.
So now this is so funny to me. Literal camera shake.
This
in a 1980s movie.
This is the drop off point.
The post camera shake. You didn't like that?
This is where the movie goes from like,
all right, black teenager, I need you to pretend to be rumbled around while I jiggle this like Michael J. Fox would.
Yeah. 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 This is like where you're on a roller coaster and you're having a good time, and then it just gets to like the part where it goes, okay.
Yeah, like a caterpillar.
Yeah, and you're just, oh boy, I guess I'll get back in line.
This is much less fun than the drop.
Because we've got basically a dollar store earthquake.
Yes,
is happening.
That's true.
The pavement is cracking.
The pavement really quickly turns to what I can only assume is styrofoam.
Styrofoam, or like, I don't even know.
You know,
like
that
just plasticine that's been dried.
That green brick that you can get that you like put fake plants into.
Yes,
that's what that is. I swear.
Oh,
it's
pretty
just
much
painted.
Because it's very much just a fake gator busting up through a tiny street.
A fake gator robot that sucks. Now, I gotta give the wedding party scene props because it was fantastic to watch. But with that being said, this robot alligator is so shitty. It moves at a fucking snail's pace. You could outwalk it. Why is anybody afraid of it?
I'm not sure it's a robot gator. I think it's a real gator on a tiny street.
There's a scene during this whole part where it is that, but then there's also like right as it pops up out of the manhole, there's no way those movements are natural.
Oh yeah,
it was so fucking robotic. It had a hard start and stop limit.
It's like somebody with they were under the table with just an alligator action figure, and they just went and just punched a hole through the cardboard,
jammed it. Yeah, like fucking Brandon DiCamillo's fake table for Antonio's.
Exactly. All these kids. They're not really upset about it. They barely seem, they're just like out of the way of a car coming through.
Yeah, there's one kid that takes it super seriously and his mom doesn't.
Yeah, all the kids run. This kid's just like, oh man, this is a bummer. The look on his face just says like, I spilled my milk.
It's a little bit weird to me that Homicide and Chief have disappeared from the whole scene. And instead we get a random cop who sees kids in the road, like many feet, enough feet in front of him to stop, and instead he decides he's going to commit suicide.
Oh my god.
He is so far away from these kids when he swerves in a shitty panic. You can totally tell that he's not actually driving during that shot, and then he flips it into another car.
It explodes.
It sure does.
There is, like, he crashes horrifically, and then he's fine.
He's fine. He sees the alligator. He can't open his door, so he pulls himself out of the driver's side, the side that the alligator is on, and then splays himself out on the floor like a buffet. He had fucking all the time in the world to get up and run away from the alligator that moves about as fast as my grandfather.
And you know, this whole time, the boy is watching.
Sure is.
He's watching.
Not doing fuck all to help a cop because, again, fuck 12.
Yep.
He almost got hit by one like 10 minutes ago.
I'm pretty sure. Is this where the gator, does it just rip his leg off, or does it swallow him basically whole?
I'm pretty sure it swallows him whole.
Yeah, I would have a look of terror on my face watching this.
Instead of,
Yeah, it's raining. Dang, I hope I get to play soon.
I'm minorly inconvenienced by watching this murder. This is when I was like, okay, I've seen too much of the alligator.
Yeah.
Because I can tell that the teeth are rubber, and I'm starting to lose it. Like, Jaws didn't do that, you know? It was competent because it was pretty sparing. The fake shark, this is right out in the open, in broad, not daylight, but set lighting, an alligator bot.
Yeah. And when it's not, it's very much a baby alligator on a tiny street.
They like right after this, it's just walking down the street. It's obviously 2 toy cars that's walking by.
Yeah, it's either that or they superimposed it onto the.
Yeah,
I don't know. Either way, this alligator looks different every time you see it. I'm like every time you see its eyes like open when it's about to kill somebody in the water.
It's like a 4-year-old alligator. It's not even a big one.
It could have been any gator.
Yeah, it could have been a crocodile.
It better not have been. There is a difference.
Yeah, I literally wrote, what are the odds they built a tiny set for this thing to walk down?
Oh, absolutely. That's where probably half the budget went.
So this kid runs into the house to get a knife. Was a phone call really worth continuing in favor of allowing your 10 to 12-year-old child to leave the house with a big knife? He just runs in and gets she calls it a bread knife. That's not what the fuck it is.
Oh, no.
That knife is for separating meat from chaff.
Oh. Yeah, she doesn't chase him out because she's on the phone and has a beer.
Yep, that's it.
Yep, she sees him leave.
And and goes, don't leave with my big knife. Now he's got my knife. Carol, he's driving me crazy.
Don't leave with my knife. Well, he's got my knife.
Fuck. Well, you gotta limber up for the next one. You're gonna have to pump out when he comes back with the knife in him. What does a child need with a knife at midnight?
Oh, yeah, and on the phone, she's like, oh, the kids are outside playing Alligator or something.
What the fuck game is that?
Yeah, I haven't seen the news at all. I don't know nothing about no alligator, that's for sure.
You just pick up empties and chew on them. That's the game of Alligator.
Given
how impoverished this area is, it probably is that game.
Oh, yeah. So I think the chief upset?
He's never not upset. The chief is upset the whole movie.
Are you sure he's upset? I don't think he's upset.
He's always upset.
I don't.
Is this when they're at the fucking precinct and he goes, listen, word came down the pipeline?
I think so.
Later.
So no. This is when we're at the scene of like the gator. The gator's gone, and there's one cop setting road flares down in front of this huge car accident where there's fire and destruction.
Well, it's so that you can see it.
He's like, nobody's getting by this. Nuh-uh. I've got this one, guys.
I'm gonna make sure that this giant fireball emanating from a vehicle is clearly visible.
Hey, we've got an alligator who ate a man to death and a fireball over here. Please mind the flares.
Yep, and call a tow truck.
So the chief is pissed about this gator that he knew existed.
Yep, that's right.
He seems more pissed now than ever. But like you knew.
You have known all day. At least all day.
Yeah, the time to get pissed was earlier today.
Yep.
When you sent men in there.
When you could do something about it.
Yeah. Now you're just being a bad cop.
Well, he's mad because of his own incompetence. That's what that is.
Yeah, like, you chose to drive away from this place where we were trying to find a gator.
Which we can briskly walk after and find and capture.
Yeah, follow the thuds. It's a huge bus-sized gator.
Footprints the size of a human head.
Oh my god! And I believe the boy is he's like, he's got. I think they bring the scientist in and they're like, so describe the size of the gator to this lady. Just go ahead and tell her.
It's about the size of an El Dorado.
Oh yeah, the fridge. Oh no.
That was like a facetiously sarcastic because he's like, you mean like the car? No, like the fridge. Yes, a car.
Oh my god.
One of the most fucking popular vehicles in 1980 in America.
Yeah.
I believe Chevrolet El Dorado.
And yeah, so it's that. And then you've got the tail as well.
So bad comparison.
Yeah.
Should have said 2 El Dorados.
Have you seen one end El Dorado?
Think about 2 of them at once.
Put 2 El Dorados end to end and you got yourself an alligator.
Fuck.
So yeah, the gator, they're like, well, it's going to be heading for water. Well, we got that great big lake. You mean Lake Michigan? It's right there because we're supposed to be in Chicago?
No, they didn't even bother doing the research to find out what lake Chicago's nearby.
Oh boy, no. Don't worry about it. He didn't make it that far. He just went into one of those very famous LA like ponds with the cement around it.
That's right.
You know, the ones that are in every movie about LA?
Yep.
Yeah, he's there.
He's there.
And you know what we're doing? We're setting off explosions on the top of the water.
We're doing a whole lot of nothing at all about it.
The scientist is taking a cast of this footprint they find, and then, oh my god, best line in the movie, Homicide gets right down in her face, and he's like, so, it's a big footprint, huh? And she's like, yeah, it must be, I don't know, 14, 15 feet in length. And he's like, yeah, but it's an alligator, right? It is an alligator.
I just want to make that clear between the two of us.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you understand.
Remember when I said big gator?
Can we also talk about how now it's daytime? They did no investigating until the sun came up.
Well, I mean, it's scary at night.
They let him walk into the pond instead of chasing him down with a helicopter from which he would be clearly fucking visible.
You would think.
The whole time I'm in the helicopter, I'm like, there he is, because I can see him from space.
Well, they do try that later, and apparently just being under some floaties is good enough.
Being in a swimming pool in the middle of the day, as big as the pool you're in, is not... That guy, he must have forgotten his binoculars at the fucking precinct.
Yeah, he didn't wear his glasses that day, and he was too embarrassed to go back and get them.
Fuck's sake.
Jesus.
Alligator's the size of the bulldozer from Tread.
It is. Like, this pond that they're setting these explosions off in, I don't think it's deep enough to conceal the gator.
No, it wouldn't be. Neither would the pool, but he manages to get below half of that.
Yeah, boy, he does. And this is
when we're introduced to the safari guy from Jumanji. That's what I'm calling him because I don't care. That's what he is. He's
fine.
Wearing the outfit. The only thing he's missing is the hat and mustache.
And he sure is drinking the same amount.
Yep, and he's also really good at hitting on women immediately just because they're close to him.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking scientist shows up and immediately, you're really pretty. Ah! How about, hi, my name is?
What?
Apparently this man is an expert at capturing an alligator because he's a big game hunter. I don't think it makes you qualified to do just capture just any large animal because you shot a captive elephant once.
This man is so cocky that I can tell he stopped listening as soon as they said, we've got a gator.
Absolutely.
It
doesn't matter. What is it? Big? I want it.
Yeah. Oh,
that's his whole attitude.
Gator? Yeah, I got that. How big is it? No, don't care.
Holy fuck.
So, yeah, you're going to give me a reason to shoot and kill something in a city?
That's fine.
Oh, yeah. I'm there. I'm the big
An
game
environment
hunter.
I'm familiar with. That's all good. Can we make sure to get a picture of me with my foot on its head holding a rifle like an asshole doctor also?
And if you see Robin Williams, you tell him I'm looking for him. I'm going to get that motherfucker. That is what that movie's about, right? He's looking for...
Well, they land on a square where he's supposed to kill them, I think.
Okay,
I don't
all right.
know. That's it.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, immediately starts hitting on just any woman nearby. And then also, how in the fuck has every street busker in Chicago already amassed a massive amount of alligator tchotchkes to try and pawn off?
Oh my god,
it's
wasted
like they've been
time.
waiting for this moment their entire career.
It's like they must just buy random shit in bulk and then it's like, wait for it.
Dude.
Get the gators out.
Listen, Marge, this skid is going to be extremely valuable once a giant alligator gets loose in the city.
Yeah.
You're going to be fucking singing a different tune then about how you can't use your dining room table.
Oh my god, I'm going to take me and Martin, we're going to make cardboard suits and hang gators off them down by the pond.
Yeah. I'm going to grab a baby gator and get arrested for it because I'm weirder than having a baby gator.
Yeah, that guy just... So Homicide's like walking out and
You can't tell what guy is the cop here.
He's a plainclothes cop, you could tell by the leather jacket.
Absolutely.
And he's got a shoebox with a gator and he's like, hey, look what I got. You know that... You know the thing that's causing this big problem?
Here's another one.
Yeah, look at that, right there. And then Homicide's just like, hey...
Arrest him.
Come here. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
And he takes him right to the police.
Book this guy. Why? Because he's a creep. I don't think he could be charged for that unless it's near a school.
It depends on if you've got like sort of a mirror on a stick and you're chasing around people wearing skirts. I feel like that's... But yeah, he's like, yeah, he's being a creep. He's got a gator. I don't give a shit. Anything you want.
Just get him out of my face.
I think I'd like to charge you for murder.
Fuck.
So they
I did fucking we're dropping charges in the water, and some guy says something to the tune of "It's not a U-boat," which I was like, "That's funny." Depth charges.
Oh my god! I like these things are going off right next to the boat.
Yeah, you don't have like a little timer on that or some shit.
Have like some.
It's because it's not that deep. Lob the thing.
That's fair. This is where Homicide just brings a fucking a dead dog sample to somebody, a scientist, I guess.
Is this when he fucked off so that he could go like this is where we see the cow?
I think he goes to like the lab, and they're just looking at a sample of tissue, and she's like, yeah, there's genetic modifications here in the pituitary something or other.
There's a lot of growth hormone in this thing.
Yeah, thank God you had this sample of dead dog flesh.
It's good to have.
Where did you scoop this up? This is hot shit.
Well, it's probably evidence from the beginning of the movie. The fucking woman's dog went missing, and they found it open.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
I don't know why you waited this long to do some testing.
Yeah. The cops show up to an overturned dumpster and a gigantic pile of shit.
Yep. It's a big pile.
Big pile of shit.
Also, is this nighttime again now?
I think we're daytime because I had the shit's a dark color. It would not have looked good with the dark.
I refuse to gloss over the fact that this hunter is Jim Carrey-a-woogieing every woman that he speaks to. He's literally doing mating calls like fucking Pepe the Le Pew to this reporter just because she asked him a question.
His eyes might as well be popping out of his head as as it like yanks all the guts out of his body.
He's going and not blinking a foot away from a woman's face.
Oh, he's making like gator sounds. He's like, yeah, gators like to fuck and they make this sound. And he just like looks in her eyes.
That's his whole contribution to the news story.
And like, so I don't know if they realized it, because like
is when like, so the gator's not even in that pond.
No,
he has managed to find his way into a residential swimming pool
somehow,
which the helicopter can't see him in.
And oh my god, nobody put it together. I believe it's the helicopter pilot or the cop, or there's a news something. I wrote this down, so somebody said it. The alligator is still at large.
He's at large and in charge.
And somehow getting into backyard pools without breaking down the fence, despite being two El Caminos back to back.
Also, fair certainty during this flyover, we are no longer in Chicago because the weather is not good enough for there to be that many pools in backyards. They have harder winters than we do.
Yeah,
really
you
looks
have
like
a point.
Really looks like it might be Los Angeles.
Yeah, I feel like now it's been a while since I've looked down on California, but I feel like here we are looking down on, I don't know, Los Angeles, California.
Where everyone's got a fucking pool? That's why skateboarding was invented there.
Nah, this is Chicago.
It must be Chicago.
Home of the Bears and the giant gator.
Dumping their snowblower into the pool every winter.
Oh boy, that's how he fill it up, don't you know?
Why is it Canadian?
Why
is it either Canadian or Fargo?
Fargo's only a couple hours away from Chicago, don't you know?
All right.
It's the Midwest.
Ooh.
We got cheese and the Bears. And wood chippers and Steve Buscemi.
Open apology to my friend Nick, who is from there.
Bears.
Lives there.
The Bears.
Yeah, there we are. That's your whole city.
That's your whole city. I just fucking laid it out for you. You got your fucking college on the lake, and your lake, and your Oprah Tower, and your Oprah Tower.
You're just one notch above Cleveland.
So,
yes, this is where we go and get the tissue tested. And this is where we see the fucking cow. Not tissue test, where we interview the scientist.
Yes.
And there's a throwaway line where, again, it's dumbed down for no fucking reason. Obviously, Homicide is going to know whatever the version of insatiable appetite he says first, what that means.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to, because he's an adult with a brain that works.
Mm-hmm.
But we need him to dumb it down for the audience and have the scientists say, these hormones are making our test subjects develop very insatiable appetites, so that I can share a pregnant glance with this woman who's been barking up my tree since we shut the sewer down. This fucking herpetologist wants in Homicide's pants so bad that she has just been injecting herself into boring interrogation, like all movie.
To be honest, I didn't notice that.
It's very short, but she's like admiring this fat fucking calf, and then they look at each other right after insatiable appetite.
I did not notice
Later
that.
on in this movie, they fuck.
Oh, they certainly do.
A lot.
And
thank Christ you don't get to see it.
So, Homicide goes back to Chief, and he's like, hey, you should hear this shit I just heard. And then Chief...
Save it. Give me your badge.
Yeah, fuck you.
Now, this police chief...
You went too far.
Yeah. In between there's a conversation... just like a quick shot of that old man who's the scientist boss calling in a favor to the mayor. And that favor is, can you get this guy who knows too much fired, please?
Yep.
Otherwise, I'm not bringing the oysters to the wedding party later.
Is that what he says?
No.
Okay.
But I assume there was a threat involved of some kind,
I feel like that would be the kind of threat this old man would be able to make and then follow through on. Because everything else would be like, I'm going to shove you down, actually. I'm gonna put you in a pretty...
I'm going to rip your daughter's inseam.
Oh! Whoa!
Yeah.
I was
that
thinking,
double entendre.
I was thinking it was more just like he's going to put him in like a well-timed grave. Not an early grave.
A well-timed grave. I'm going to put you in an appropriate grave.
Yeah, it's about that time. So fucking Homicide cleans his locker out, and then he slips into the evidence locker for a little... Nah, he steals bomb-making equipment.
He sure does. And nobody checks the chart, I guess, because he just has that for days after.
Hey, it's the 1980s.
I also want to point out that despite the fact that the police chief demanded that he turn in his badge, he walked away before taking it. He just fucks off. Okay, I guess I'll keep it, man. I want to do some more investigating on my own time anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to use this to get a lot of free shit. So he goes to bother the scientist who's in a random meeting. Seems like an ill-timed time to have a meeting when there's a gigantic gator.
Yep.
Maybe stay home. I don't know. He bothers her during the meeting, and she's like, I want to help kick its ass. Oh.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll take any excuse to get away from these fucking kids and try for one with you instead.
All right, so let's go down to the fucking sewer.
Let's go down to the dirty sewer where...
a random third guy...
That's the guy that he interviewed whose friend disappeared earlier.
Okay.
So they have a rapport. I want to point out during this scene, though, that despite the fact that they're walking toward the camera with their faces illuminated, all of their lines are voiced over, and you can tell. You can tell because they're having a different conversation in the scene.
Maybe it was super echoey or some shit.
Oh my God.
I don't know, Jay. I'm just trying to come up with
Anybody
reasons.
listening at home, go watch this scene and look at how her name's Marissa, I think. Her mouth moves not at all except when she's not talking.
Uh-oh. I didn't pay attention. I wasn't looking at mouths moving.
It takes all of fucking 2.5 minutes for there to be a dead dog surprise in the sewer yet again.
Oh my God. Yeah, so they get to this, there's this spot. It's the same spot every time.
Yeah.
This is where the gator is nesting. They're looking for the nest.
It's the only place that we got granted permission to shoot in the sewer.
Pretty much. So they say to this third guy, like, hey, look for signs of a nest. This guy has no fucking idea what he's looking for. So he says, well, what am I looking for? I don't know, shoes and luggage?
And she goes, yup. I'm not sure you know either, lady.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you know, like... Alligators are not scavenge birds.
We're looking for a jacket draped over a chair and an unkempt bed.
I'm looking for the kind of scene that you didn't know company was coming, but they're here.
Yeah, and so you kind of got to rush to throw the blankets over the couch to make it look better.
Yeah.
So this is where the scientist just like sees a dog collar hanging out of a pipe.
Mm-hmm.
So of course you're gonna yank on it.
Well, you gotta.
Yo, yeah. Yank.
How do you know that's not the revolving door that like takes you to the secret room where the alligator hangs out?
Scooby-Doo shit.
In a big comfy chair with a smoking jacket and goes, "Nice to meet you."
I've been expecting you.
That's better.
You see, I've been here for some time, and it's actually like pulls off the alligator head, and it's just.
Yeah.
It's the fucking
looks
Mr.
like
Slade.
It looks like you've solved my riddles 3, and then you just get treasure.
I like it.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody I'm down here.
Please.
I'm murdering people down here. And let's just take a moment to remember that this alligator's name is Ramon.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I don't know why.
It's got a name.
I don't know why.
It's got a name.
Everybody else has just boring ass white people names.
I wish that there was just one moment now knowing that the scientist is the little girl where she's like, Ramon!
Right?
And
like,
the gator's
you wanna
like,
be what? I know that exact scar on the front of your face.
that's from where I fucking bit you! It's like that, the guys coming home from the army and their lion is just like, yeah, I'm gonna hug you and not kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
They have that kind of, that's what I was hoping for now, but.
Yeah, it turns into Homeward Bound.
Oh, fuck, so many dogs eat shit in that movie.
So this is, not 100% what happened. I think it's just a cutaway to the fucking, my number one boy, which is just disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
Holy fuck, brush your teeth before you say that.
Yep. And now we're back.
Yeah, we see the dead dog and we're just like, oh, that's enough. See ya.
Yeah, woo, the dog.
Let's go home.
And then number one boy, and then so now we're at the scientist's apartment, or no, we're at the
homicide's apartment,
and the scientist has to call her mom, who has dementia.
Just rattles off like, I live with my dementia-addled mother who keeps burning my clothes, like talking about shit that I wouldn't, if I was in the room with her, want to hear her talk about.
Yeah,
it's like she's lonely, but I live with her.
And now we cut from that to a birthday party.
Yes, kids. Two examples in this movie of kids playing dangerously unsupervised. Number one, baseball at midnight in the street. Number two, blindfolded, walk the plank into a swimming pool and you're 7 and probably can't swim.
In the dark.
Also in the dark. Where are the parents? Inside drinking. Probably all inside drinking together to make their children more palatable at a birthday party.
And, like, this isn't one of those, like, diving boards. Oh, it's like a couple inches off the water. This is one of those diving boards where it's like, hey, it's a couple feet. We're not going to fuck around because you're going to end up belly flopping.
Yep. And let me point out, how did nobody notice the alligator? It's been there since the daytime. You're having a birthday party at this house. None of the kids or parents were poolside. You're telling me no dad's barbecuing steaks shittily?
Not one person heard a sloshing as it fucking went in. It's a goddamn school bus in your pool.
Yep. And also, not that deep of a pool. Clearly visible from the surface in shots during this scene. Also, the pool is lit from below. There's what's that giant blob taking up 90% of the bottom?
Why is our pool green?
These are all fantastic questions that nobody asked.
Hey, how about this? Can alligators even live in chlorinated water?
That's a great question.
Seems like it's probably poison. Anyway, so we're walking this boy to his fucking death.
Yeah, we sure are.
This movie has a lot in common with Jaws because there's another fucking boy who dies on a floaty.
And yeah, fills the water with more blood than he probably has in his body.
Yeah, so there's two boys are walking, what I can assume is just they're
playing like pirates and
it's
Stowaway
like
or
half
some
the
shit
age,
like that.
at least.
Yeah.
And he's blindfolded.
This is just the kid you invite to bully at the party.
Pretty much, and that's what's happening here. And like not one person heard these kids like chanting "walk the plank" and leaving the back door. Like think about it. What's in the backyard that's a plank?
Well, diving boards look strikingly similar to planks.
You kids better not be fucking around in the pool with no supervision.
Or life jackets.
Yeah. So this kid's blindfolded, but he peeks like a shithead.
Yeah.
And,
he gets killed for his trouble.
Yeah, he notices the alligator with his
cheated,
mouth
you get
wide open.
Yeah.
Just like, jump in here.
The only one noticing.
Insert
also,
boy.
2 other kids on the... Rephrase that.
Put the boy in here.
It's not getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse.
I'm gonna snap on that boy.
I'm gonna put my mouth all over that boy.
There's not a good way to say this.
Those kids try barely at all to save this child's life, and then he falls to his death.
They don't try. The boy goes, "Oh my god, no," and they're like, "Wow,
you're going in though."
Yeah. Oh, this is part of the game, huh? And then they look down and see all the blood, and they go, "Well, he must have."
Shit.
What did he fall into the filter?
Yeah, he found out how stimulating it could be to sit on the drainage thing at the bottom.
Don't ever do that.
No, you don't. You get your intestines pulled right out.
So the boys run back in the house screaming, "That's that."
You're right.
We don't know if anybody's called the police. I doubt it.
Where's the gator? In there still? Probably. He's hungry.
He's under the blood.
Yep. Nothing, though. Because the more important thing is for Homicide to clunkily ask to fuck this lady after some Chinese food.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, he plans to do it after. It doesn't happen after the Chinese food. Also, yeah, clunkily? No. Disgustingly. In the most common wording to use.
You know, I gotta talk to you before we get dinner. I have this problem where if I'm thinking too hard about banging while I'm eating, I get indigestion and diarrhea at the same time.
Yeah.
So could we just knock this out of the way early?
He tries to politely say he gets like anxiety shits.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm worried about if we're gonna fuck or not,
I'm maybe gonna have a salad.
Yeah, I might shit. I might have a shit in my pants.
Thus ruining the opportunity. So either tell me yes or no now.
Yeah, fuck me now or don't fuck me at all.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
And so she smooches him, and I believe they fuck.
That's when they bang, you figure?
I don't know.
Well, she does shower after, doesn't she? No, that's before. So she gets out from the shower, and then he asks the question on his fold-out couch bed. Let me tell you, nothing gets a chick wetter like the fucking Nile than a fold-out couch bed with the fucking the same pattern of plaid on the pillows that a psychiatrist wears.
Well, listen, Jay.
Yep.
If he wasn't spending all his fucking money on dogs, maybe he'd have a Casper mattress.
This is like his second dog.
He'd order his mattress from Endy. The only mattress you can get online, shipped straight to you.
Folded up disgustingly and air sealed.
Want to sleep on a mattress? Well, not for 4 days, because you've got to let this one breathe.
Oh my fucking god, I hate that. Just go to the store and get it. Like,
just go to the store and get it.
It defeats the purpose of having it delivered, the convenience of that, directly to your home, because you still have to wait a week.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy.
So now we have, well, what I can only, and I feel as though out of the two of us, I'm the one who should be addressing this.
Please do.
We have, racism? We just have a shitload of racism in a row. We just have racist things said to black people for fun, for funsies.
Yeah.
This big game hunter buys beer for some underage black kids in the hood and then promptly reminds them where they're from for an hour.
Oh my god, he even has them caddy his gun.
Yep. Hey, do you guys, this is what does he call himself? A scout? Something like that?
I don't know.
But it basically just says, hey, for a 6-pack and $10, do you guys mind being my fucking Everest Sherpas?
Yeah, they're like his guides through the hood.
Here's I wrote down. Here's a 6-pack. Now don't spook the gator. He's making fucking Native American allegory. Like, the one guy's like, $10? Nah, I get 20. And he literally calls him the local chieftain.
Oh boy, my shirt collar couldn't be pulled any more tautly.
And he's basically being like, yeah, I've gone on plenty of hunting parties in the brush, with your people.
Oh, Jay, stop. I can't pull my collar tighter.
This is what's happening.
You're gonna hear a tear.
I was upset. And then right away after that, expositional survivor's guilt story. We finally get the story behind why Homicide's first partner is dead. And it had nothing to do with him. Turns out pennies feel suspiciously similar on the back of your neck to a gun, which I agree.
I think just anything to the back of my neck, I'm not going to risk that it's a gun.
No. Any situation where it could possibly be a gun, you might as well treat that situation as if it is.
Exactly. And he did the exact right thing.
Yep.
He gave his gun to the people, and they murdered his partner with it.
Yep. And none of that's his fault. He goes, I froze. What would you have done otherwise? Moved around and get shot then?
I mean, knowing what he knows now.
Of course, but hindsight's 20/20, all right?
Yeah, I bet every night he thinks about it, he's like, fuck.
And I should have heard that jingle.
I knew I smelled pennies.
I just thought it was a dirty hobo.
So for all, they fuck, and then Homicide's like, don't mention my fucking hairline.
Yeah.
And for all of the racism that this motherfucker doled out to these people in the hood,
Yeah.
they bring him to Booger Alley.
Sure are helping him.
Booger Alley is the name of the alley that they bring him to, and they say, "This is Booger Alley." We heard some deep breathing down there in Booger Alley. Booger Alley are the words that they say.
Why is it called Booger Alley? A lot of farmers blowers.
I was gonna say, don't touch the walls.
A lot of farmers blowers in Booger Alley.
It looks like the underside of any desk in grade 4. You gotta put them somewhere.
Again, I need to point out my double entendre, because Booger Alley would be where farmers go to get blown.
Oh, that sounds unappetizing in every way.
Anyone who's grown up in a small town knows that routinely farmers will come into town solely to pick up prostitutes and get quick head before they go back to the field.
Ugh. I hope they at least take a fucking farmer's bath, they at least throw some water on the pits.
It's called a whore bath, and I'm sure they do at a truck stop,
Well,
thus making you dirtier than when you started.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, you'd have to be a whore to take one.
He calls himself the hunter calls himself the fucking bearer. That's what it is.
Okay.
And then it turns out all it takes to get 3 black people who've probably committed murder, given where they live, to knuckle up and come into the alley with him. All it takes is to just call them big time pussies.
Yeah.
What are you guys? Pussies?
And then the one guy's like, "Nah, I'll go. You got me."
I don't like that guy played into the bearer metaphor by referring to his own neighborhood as a jungle. You know, where monkeys live.
Jay, I've already pulled my shirt collar. I already feel bad. Why? Why does it gotta continue?
In this fucking alleyway, this alligator is impossibly hiding under trash. Like that would ever work.
There is so much trash in this alleyway.
This is the new landfill for Chicago, apparently.
You're hiding a fucking school bus under trash.
Fuck's sake.
And yeah, we hear the heavy breathing. It's in there.
Also, so many movies where somebody's like searching for something in a dark alley and they first get startled by a junkyard cat.
I love it.
That shit happens in like 50 movies.
I'm happy that the cat escaped with its life.
I'm almost positive it happens in Michael Jackson's Thriller, the video.
God damn, that's a trope.
Yeah, it is.
So they he fucking rounds this corner and
guess who?
Well,
motherfucker.
After taking a fat swig of whatever liquor he's got.
That dirty $8 bottle you get at the front of the counter.
Oh yeah, it might as well be street trash.
Fucking Viper wine. Is that what it was?
Yeah, he drops that and just starts firing into this gator and I mean, not trying to get out of its way or anything, but just putting bullets into gator.
Standing still. So he gets swallowed the fuck whole. Now, I really liked how many people in this movie get swallowed whole.
Yeah.
Right on camera.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get to see that enough.
No, you don't.
It's great. Thrashing around with just your waist and up visible.
I like the movement the gator has to do to like choke it back too.
Yeah.
It's the same one that like the tremors do. They like throw it back and like chug.
It's like a pelican.
Yeah, it is like a pelican.
I like to picture this guy just like as an actor slowly maneuvering his way into a too tight sleeping bag, like for the shot.
Yeah,
because the gator's obviously not eating him.
It's probably exactly what was underneath the animatronics. A nice safe sleeping bag.
Now it's next day, and we're having Chinese food in the afternoon or in the morning. I don't know which.
Right before that, I think it's the next day, the nighttime maybe.
Okay.
So the kid grabs the gun. It's got out of ammo, so he runs.
Right. Smart.
Yeah, and yeah. So now we're at Chinese food.
Yeah.
We're cuddling. We're snoogling.
Yeah, we are.
It's the homicide and the scientist post fuck.
Discussing illicit desires. I don't remember the context of the phrase coming up, but then homicide literally says, "Speaking of illicit desires," which is that's scientist for fuck me right now.
Hand job under the Chinese food table.
It's really good that we're both sitting on the same side of this booth so that you can see and feel how hard I am.
Yeah. You know what gets me hard? How little you know about alligators.
But cock blocked by the Force, two of his ex-coworkers show up.
I was gonna say not Star Wars. Darth Vader didn't walk in and force choke his dick.
That would be the opposite. He's helping.
Let me do my job.
You disappoint me.
I find your lack of
Oh,
calm
didn't know you were in a shame kink homicide.
The cops come in and are like, big game hunter, we just scraped him up off the pavement.
Yeah.
Wasn't much left.
And it's important to note that it doesn't matter that he wasn't called about it because he's technically a civilian now.
Yep.
Fine.
That's cool. He takes that to heart by later in the film when he's asked for help and he goes,
Yeah.
which is would to be expected. He's not a cop. Fuck you. Where's my badge? Where the fuck's my badge at? No badge, no help.
No,
Peace.
I can't. It's illegal. Sorry.
I think they also say something to the effect of like he was working all night and yeah, so he got and then he says, the homicide detective says, it was his own fault. Ugh.
Yeah.
And then scientist lady says, she's like trying to, like, I understand.
She's trying to sympathize with her fucking boyfriend that she just banged.
Yeah, and he's like, don't understand me so quickly.
The fuck does that mean?
I'm complex.
I want to be brooding like Robert Pattinson and Batman, and this is too much company for me.
Oh my god. I saw a TikTok today, and it's Robert Pattinson talking about preparing for the role of Batman.
Okay.
And he's like, I watched, I had to watch videos of like bats and how they fight.
Sure.
He's like, so I saw this clip of a vampire bat, and all it did was smack around the inside of the chicken's cage until the chicken fell asleep, and then it snuck in and bit its anus.
Maybe not that method, Robert.
So there's Batman for you.
Maybe a different source material for your method. Also, you don't need to watch bats because you're a bat man.
Also,
fight like a man dressed like a bat because that's what you are and everybody knows that.
Oh my god.
You don't have to behave like the thing you're dressed up as.
I really hope there's a deleted scene.
It's not a costume contest.
Well, I mean, if it was, he would win.
Yes, he would.
Because he's going for the anus bite. Bane's got him.
Forfeit. All right? Give it to him.
Bane's like got him upside down, breaking his back. He just fucking reaches around and bites the anus.
What the fuck?
Oh, you've bitten my anus.
I was born in darkness. You merely bit the outside of it.
Bane's a butt baby. Bane's a butt baby.
He probably
the freckles
fucking
on
is.
his back are leftover birth duke.
That's so gross.
Oh boy. So yeah.
So I got pissed because they needed to manufacture like discourse between them, a tumultuous moment where she gets up and fucks off, but like
throws down a handful of ones and she's like, I'm out of here.
It's probably more than that. Also, why? You were already so close that you fucked each other on my fucking pull-out bed.
Yeah.
And then we probably helped each other folding it back up again just in case your mom showed up. So why are you being cold-shouldered now?
Yeah.
It's too fucking late.
And
Let the bitch in.
It's the same night too.
Yep.
Because she goes, or I think he says something to the effect of like, oh yeah, it's late. Your mom's gonna be expecting you.
Yeah.
And that's what she had to call her mom about.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a child. And her mom even reminds her it's a school night, and she's like, I'm the teacher, Mom.
Hence dementia.
Yeah.
She says it's a school night also when he shows up to apologize.
In the morning at night. Yeah, so I guess fucking there's some sort of nightmare. It's all red, and it's the scene where the young cop's getting eaten, but in reverse.
Now, if you're gonna have a fucking PTSD flashback every single time one of your partners or coworkers dies, maybe change professions to one where people aren't using guns on each other.
Maybe.
That's gonna happen a lot more.
Yeah. I'd say get a desk job.
Yeah.
Sell some ice cream.
Push paper all day. You're not gonna see somebody get shot in the head in front of you behind the desk.
Oh God, no.
And
if you
unless
do, you're
something
next.
horrible happens.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. But no. We're off to apologize to the scientist who lives with her mother.
Yep.
The scientist who lives with her mother, and the homicide detective who has a pull-out bed.
Yeah, so they're made for each other.
Both of these people should be getting paid way more than what they're getting paid, and here they are living the same way I live. I don't live with my mom, but
You did?
Yeah, like,
As an adult?
yeah.
For a while.
It's happened.
Let me tell you, I gave her the benefit of the doubt that she's just her mom's caretaker at this point.
She leaves her alone for a great deal of the day, Jay.
Also, as a herpetologist, you could probably hire a nurse. So, point defeated, just like that.
I don't think
they're saving for Italy.
Fair. I don't think they had those stoves where it turns off when you remove a pot back then. So
that's a good point. Yeah. We're pilot lights are just being left on all day.
Oh boy. Fridge doors are open, milk spoiled.
Everywhere.
Nothing but milk in the fridge.
Mostly milk in the fridge.
Don't forget to get the milk.
Like diabetes medication.
Which forgotten.
So this is come upstairs into my room when my mom's right downstairs.
Yeah.
And this is a 1980s house where you could definitely hear us fucking this bed.
Do you want to see my rock collection?
I got a couple of rocks you could look at and handle.
Get on top of me and fuck me next to my rocks.
Yeah. How about this, right? Why? I missed a whole page. See, this is what happens. First of all, Marissa? Yeah, Marissa's mom is on meth by the way that she fucking talks about the coffee and doesn't shut the fuck up for half a second.
Can't fucking remember whether she's given coffee to people or not.
All it takes, they go upstairs and she pulls him on top of her on the bed and then goes, "What do you want? What do you want?
Is this consent or what?"
My favorite line in the entire movie. What's not to, he says something like, "What's not to like about you?" But then he goes, "You have a doctorate in herpetology, a beautiful mind, and wonderful tits." Really, those are the three things I've noticed about you so far.
Boy, oh boy. You got me.
The two things you told me right away, and then your rack.
Boy, Jesus. You just know how to compliment a lady.
And she's still acting like apprehensive despite the fact that she's the one who pulled him onto the bed. And then that's the fucking scene.
Yeah.
He goes, "Sometimes I'm gonna be a dick. You're just gonna have to deal with that if you want more of this hammer."
Now let's fuck while your mom fumbles around the kitchen, knocking over everything.
Well, she comes upstairs and knocks on the door and reminds us it's a school night again.
Yeah, Jesus. Let's get this nut. This is this is the scene where he's like, she always takes forever to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning.
I don't know if you noticed, she's really taking a long time to wake up in the morning because the moon's out.
It's been a whole day.
Stereotypically angry police chief yelling at nothing again. So we go out on the boat for this alligator. When did the alligator change locations? Who gives a fuck?
It's moving east. That's all we know.
Sure. Later on, he must be going back down to the same sewer he came from. That's still dumb.
And then they try to pass off, I don't know, like something that looks like the LA River as the river in Chicago.
Yeah.
Two very vastly different rivers.
Yep.
One is a big one is a trash river. they're in like some canal.
One is a disease-ridden river. Yeah.
And it takes somebody with binoculars to pick out a bus in the water. I gotta keep reminding you, two El Caminos back to back. Big
Eldorados, but I think El Caminos are of a similar size.
Either way, it's
two large cars fit for a family.
It's so big that they hit the alligator like a jump.
They Dukes of Hazzard that alligator so good, and they got an M60 mounted on the fucking, and they shoot it, and it does nothing. I can tell you right now, a high caliber round like that would definitely kill an alligator. It would probably explode its head right the fuck off.
Oh yeah, it would kill it if they could fucking hit it and not the water all around it. They basically circled it with bullets.
There's no way the bullets slow down that quickly.
I don't know. I just see a lot of splashing in front. I see a lot of splashing behind. Gator's unhit.
This is the two guys get knocked over, and we get the fucking royalty-free version of the Jaws theme again.
Yep.
As he's doing the Jaws thing, which is coming up underneath you while you're swimming.
Yeah.
I want you to know, alligators, they stay just barely below the water when they're hunting. They don't go all the way the fuck down.
They don't breach like a great white.
Yeah.
There's also a bit here where they try to take out because the bullets aren't doing it. So the box of grenades.
Yeah, right. Grenade boat, and it just fucking blows after it hits that sick jump.
Yeah, because when he hits the jump, he pulls the pin and drops the grenade back into the grenades. Is literally what happens.
Yep.
And then it just, boom.
What do you expect? That's a lot of grenades in that box.
Yeah.
You see the straw?
That is just
Those are fresh grenades. Those are farm fresh grenades.
like a basket of eggs.
Yep.
This is literally the worst luck you could have had. It could have landed anywhere else.
Nice to be representative of the differently abled, as I'm pretty sure they hired a real amputee for this guy to get his legs bitten off. Because I looked very closely at the pants, and it didn't look like he just folded his legs up inside of them.
I was thinking they just had a dummy.
He's like scrambling to grab people and shit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that would be nice if they had.
Yeah. Now, cut right after this to the wedding party.
Yep.
Where we stop the Act 3 climax of alligator attacks for a fucking Gordon Ramsay cooking lesson. I don't need to listen to this old man talk about putting the hickory on just now and how that's really living.
Yeah.
Really? Then die.
So the head of the pharmaceutical company, Mr. Slades, why is he barbecuing and why has he not hired somebody?
That's a great question.
I don't understand rich people in movies. Fucking, you own a pharmaceutical company, you can hire a caterer.
It's a dad accolade.
You're one person, you just can't.
You know the stereotype about how every dad loves to circle around a bunch of other dads who don't know how to cook, but still compliment the cooking on the grill?
Oh my God. So he's making steaks one at a time for this entire wedding party.
Yeah, that's good. There's like 70 people here.
And the meanwhile,
dinner's going to be a little late for the other ones.
You mean the in-laws?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, there's no black people in the wedding.
There's barely any in the film, Jay. We're lucky we got the couple that picked up the gun and ran.
That gentleman's afro was immaculate.
Beautiful. One of a kind.
Yep.
No, yeah, so this, Mr. Slade's like, yeah, so I cut down this tree. It's a special tree, and I fucking do all this shit to make embers.
Who cares?
And then meanwhile, the mayor's just like,
I'm just hungry. He's barely acknowledging the fucking mayor. He's actually just talking to a chick who also knows so little that it doesn't matter.
The mayor's just repeating every last word he says, and you can tell it's annoying because it is. And later, he learns his lesson.
Yeah, he does. Real good, too. This is probably one of the most unique deaths I've seen in a while. That's a new one. How is this alligator approaching the wedding covertly? Because he has to go through tree line number 1. Number 2, 2 people were just attacked by it while trying to kill it on the boat. Where is the backup to chase this alligator?
No, they gave it a head start.
Oh, you got to make a game of it, I guess?
It's heading
Otherwise,
east.
it's not fun.
It's heading east. We'll wait a whole minute here.
Holy fuck. And then, nobody notices this thing until it shows up at the wedding. It was not invited.
And it Yogi bears its way into the wedding because it smells the steaks.
It wants that picnic basket. I noticed that probably at least one stuntman had the best day of his life because he was able to do a front flip into a layer cake.
Oh,
That is beautiful.
Oh, my God.
I'd be telling my kids I could do that for a job.
This gator stampedes in. First of all, the first person who gets it is somebody in a French maid costume.
Yeah, just the help. Just the help.
That's not wedding attire. That's dusting and fucking. That's
Ask American Horror Story.
You're in a porno. You're dusting and fucking.
Yep.
And you're not really even dusting. You're just waving.
And the order doesn't matter as long as both happen.
Yeah, as long as the feather duster hits the blinds for a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this maid gets chomped.
Yep. I literally wrote "maid gets chomped."
Love it.
That was the whole note.
Love it. Everybody's getting thrown around because this gator is just winging its tail around like it's its only weapon.
Like a giraffe that's fighting.
Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot that they fucking do that with their necks.
Holy shit. They treat their necks like their goddamn head's a wrecking ball.
Yeah, do giraffes break their necks? I feel like there's
got to be so much muscle in there because you got to support yourself against gravity constantly.
And also you got to slam it up against another one.
You sure do.
Wrap it around and twine your necks like 2 snakes banging. So,
it's really, the tail, as it turns out, is the thing to avoid more than the mouth in this situation.
Yeah, you're not safe around this gator, back or front end.
This is the scientist gets his eternal reward for killing dogs indiscriminately while they're alive here.
What happens to him?
He gets eaten.
Okay.
He gets fucking eaten real good.
Good.
In the sea of people getting eaten and covered in blood, it's difficult to pick out which one's exactly him.
Yeah.
But he does indeed get eaten.
Oh, good. I'm glad, because he deserved it. For he snipped too many dog larynxes.
Yeah, a lot of people get eaten in this scene. This scene made up for a lot of the movie for me, and it's the best scene in the film.
At some point, he stops eating people, and he just starts chewing on them and spitting them out.
Yeah, because fuck it. Oh, well, it's a buffet, dude. He's just saving it for later. He wants to sample everything.
Later when he gets the mayor, I wrote ABCM, already been chewed mayor. Because he just like spits the mayor out and he lands on the ground, and that's that.
Fucking hilarious. What he really wants is to open a whole can of Dr. Leaderman, who is now in his limo, selfishly not allowing anybody else in.
Oh, yeah, the mayor is locked out of this limo. This is where he learns his lesson for annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, for simply just trying to listen to a story, you die.
Fuck, this driver sucks. You're not seeing the alligator and immediately turning the key. You gotta wait for the fucking go-ahead from the guy in the back, and then so slowly, like, you know this driver hates his boss.
He's just doing his job.
Like, I hope you get fucking killed by this alligator. We're dragging this out. And then he gets tail crushed like a fucking compactor in that car.
Oh, yeah.
I have never seen that before in a movie. Not with a giant alligator tail.
Nope. Love it. I
Beautiful.
Didn't need to see him be crushed. The blood leaking out of the car was enough, because who else's blood is that going to be?
Yep. Totally was.
Yeah, a couple tail whacks, and he really flattens that car. I was hoping he was going to climb up on top of it, but then that would probably require more electronic alligator,
like a good electronic alligator,
or tiny car, regular alligator.
And you'd be able to tell at that point.
Yeah, there's a fine line between seeing too much alligator, and they did cross it.
Yeah, they did.
And I didn't.
You gotta ramp up your tech if you're gonna show that much alligator all the time.
I didn't want to see
during the wedding party. It's wobbling around like the rhino that Ace Ventura gets trapped in.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's stomping its way through, and people are like, yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Oh, God. So, it's just, that's like, there's just a whole bunch of people getting fucked up. Cake gets ruined. We could just say the wedding's over.
So naturally,
bride's in the pool.
Homicide shows up and decides that even though this alligator just demoed an entire wedding party, I'll probably be able to take it solo.
Oh yeah, he shows up to the gate and the guy's like, invitations, and he's like, actually, giant gator. And he's like, I'm not seeing gator. I think there's a magician coming later.
Oh, hang on, I found my invitation. Here it is, a gun.
Yes.
Can you let me in, please? I'm qualified to be here.
I'm going to RSVP with a bullet.
That's the fastest. That's s'il vous plaît as fuck.
And this gate man. He's not hearing the chaos, because it's not
the whole wedding party getting massacred.
Yeah, it's not like a shout, like they're
no, it screams for minutes.
Yeah, and it's like help me and dear God.
He's a door guy. It's not don't ask, don't tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his business is on the outside. He's in the business of keeping people out.
And plus, then he's got to manage cleanup. He's just adding work to his load.
What happens in the party stays in the party.
Yeah, he was probably told that.
Yeah, they're rich people. It's the mayor.
It's gonna turn into Eyes Wide Shut shit in like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, the mayor is he's in the pocket of the dog murdering company.
Yeah, and that guy has a number one boy.
Oh, actually no, this is the marriage of the like, so yeah, all kinds of fucking weird shit's gonna go down. This is a society party waiting to happen.
That fucking number one boy is gonna get more than he bargained for.
Oh my God. This
is not the dowry I wanted.
I am glad the alligator showed up before the shunting commenced.
Yeah. It's an easier death.
It is. So they're at the party. There's gator sounds.
Mm-hmm.
We got a regular sized gator. I think is it no
he's pieced right out.
Yeah,
back into the sewer. And we've determined that he's gone back into the sewer just on a hunch
because he fit inside a storm drain. So that must connect to the sewer for sure. I don't know.
Well, earlier in the movie, the scientist is like, "This is home base, right?" So I mean, anytime the gator disappears, let's just fucking go home. You know?
Yeah. And
let's go home and wait. He's gonna show up eventually.
Yeah, he'll make it through the labyrinth of tunnels that go underneath the city. Yeah, to this certain spot where there's a dead dog waiting for it.
Really,
for sure.
If alligators are known for one thing, in the wide open waters in which they live, it's very precise directional capability.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And when you put that into tiny, tiny tunnels,
no problem.
It just amplifies.
That all look the exact same. He finds his way around like a rat in a maze with cheese at the end.
Then that cheese is a dead dog.
This time,
a gigantic dead dog. We can't forget they're dead and they're gigantic.
A genetically modified to be giant dead dog.
A dead dog larger than life. So this is where the plan comes into play. I'm
gonna go down there. Remember that methane pocket we were talking about?
Yes, I do remember that pocket of methane.
We are going to find that.
Yes, then we made note.
Yeah, we made note of where it was, and we used a very accurate map that's not been updated at all in, what did he say? 100 fucking years? I'm pretty sure he said, those maps are from 1890.
And they're also of Los Angeles. Can we get some Chicago maps? You're not even looking at the right...
For some reason, it's not really working. There's this branch on here, but I'm not seeing it.
What the fuck?
It must be because I'm in another state.
I'm on the other side of the country.
Fuck.
Is the problem.
So yeah, no problem finding this fucking methane pocket right away, real quick. Mm-hmm. Looks around for a little bit, just enough for Gator and enough time to put a gas mask on. Yeah, and here we go.
Well, let's kite that slow-moving Gator.
We're going to set up the radio bomb from earlier with these 3 sticks of dynamite I confiscated from the evidence locker that nobody was patrolling.
Yeah, that fake bomb. I made it into a real bomb because I'm homicide.
Yeah, because as a homicide detective, I'm also a bomb defusal technician.
And maker.
And, yep.
I mean, you gotta know how to make them to defuse them. That's the whole...
And vice versa.
And so, yep, we're just going to take our sweet time getting this thing set up as this Gator saunters towards us.
And we're going to wait to pop the manhole we're escaping from until it's so dire that I can't.
Well, yeah, we really want a car to be on top of the manhole because you know how we told the scientist where we were going to come up?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of assumed that it would be her job to make sure the manhole stays clear.
Throw a couple traffic cones down.
Yeah. Just stand on it until he knocks.
Did we just tell her no one else? Also, exactly how are you going to describe the exact location of a manhole in a city? Hey, you know the one by the big tree? Well, actually, I know 25 of them.
Is that the one that says City of Chicago on it?
You know, it is. And it also says storm sewer.
Fuck. The one by the stool, not the dog stool, but the human stool.
It's not so much a stool as it is a bench.
And is it needle adjacent?
I assume, because it's Chicago.
Next to the trash?
Mm-hmm. You notice how we're not really narrowing it down at all?
Yeah, that's the one. Tell the chief that's where I'll be coming up.
You know what? I'll be coming up the manhole that's going to be covered by the orneriest old bitch ever to exist in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, the lady who can't seem to comprehend that somebody's trying to get out of the manhole she's parked on top of.
Yeah, just move your car with some urgency. If somebody runs up to my car and tells me to move it, clearly in a state of distress, I'm going to assume I'm on top of their daughter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be like, back or forward? Which one's good? I guess
I'm happy with either.
I'm going to have to go back because of the garbage truck.
Watch this. Boop boodly doop. Reversed. Done.
Yep.
You notice how that didn't inconvenience me at all and you're not screaming anymore?
No, let's take about 1 minute and 15 seconds to argue about this. Roughly.
That seems to be suspiciously the exact amount of time I set that timer for.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
At one point when he's banging on it, the alligator's coming, there's like maybe 10 seconds left. She rolls down her window and he yells, move, asshole. And she's like, what did he say? So she could hear him. She woke up and chose violence that day.
And you know what? For her sake, she's real lucky she backed the fuck up or got the fuck out of there.
Well, what ended up happening was scientist lady just said, fucking move, and got in the driver's seat. It's like, what? Okay, bitch, now it's driving Miss Daisy because this is important.
I think I was busy jotting things down when I saw that happen.
Also, like, the garbage man doesn't give a shit, but he's a garbage man. I wouldn't expect any other reaction.
The garbage has to get picked up.
It sure does, and I've seen worse than this morning.
Yeah, I'm dealing with garbage.
Garbage and sometimes just people who are dead.
Yeah, you know who else deals with garbage? The worst people.
Yep.
The people I got to shoo away from the garbage who are trying to get in it.
This ain't even my whole day. So fucking thank God that car moves and we get out just in the nick of time. To very not truncated, but a localized explosion to happen, even though 3 sticks of dynamite in a methane sewer would blow a fucking sinkhole in the road.
Yeah.
I've seen people drop matches down sewers before and blow a sinkhole in the road.
I've seen just an explode. I didn't see like there's videos where manhole covers just pop.
Yeah.
Because explosion.
Yep.
So I'm guessing TNT is something that you know how it's like
A little bit more powerful than a small spark.
I would say designed to turn rock into dust.
Yeah, to make doors in buildings big enough for machines to get through.
To make doors in buildings big enough that the building disappears in rubble.
To create a diamond mine.
You know what TNT is for. And there's 3 sticks of it on this fake bomb.
I love the fact that they used TNT to kill this alligator, and the whole movie they were treating it like it was as hard to catch as the Roadrunner.
Oh my God, they Bugs Bunnied the hell out of it.
They sure did. Wile E. Coyote doesn't need his money back this time.
Might as well have just been a fucking box that said acne on it that he pulled that shit out of.
Fuck's sake.
God.
So fucking homicide gets pulled to safety, and then we get a scene where fucking he gets reinstated for solving the problem, and then we should probably set him up with my mom because God knows he's not insane enough already.
Oh yeah, the chief and the...
We should give him a reason to scream since he's doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And then we go down into the sewer and somebody else flushed a fucking alligator because nobody learns roll credits.
I think we watched a different movie, Jay.
Yeah, you think so?
My movie ended with them looking down into a sewer and being like, "Oh, we did it," and then they closed the manhole cover. But there is an alligator too.
Yeah. So okay, maybe I don't know. I watched the same one that I gave you, and at the end of it, there's a shot of inside the sewer, and an alligator falls down a pipe. Baby alligator.
You know what? I think I might have been like, "I'm fucking done with this." I'm gonna go back and watch because obviously there is an alligator too.
They just set it up for a sequel and then they cut to black.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, this movie is gonna be so fucking good.
We're gonna we got
fucking
Robert
good.
Forster. He's in the 1998 Psycho. He's in a bunch of fucking shit from before that where he plays this exact character. So it's gonna be a great performance from him, and he'll just carry the rest of the people because who the fuck are they? That's the formula for a fantastic movie.
I heard they're making a Jaws too, so should we just set that up so they'll just let us make that? Because
we're basically Asylum.
You can't just drop a baby gator at the end of the movie and not make a second whole fucking movie about this.
No, you're locked in now. You're essentially making promises to studios, and you must keep them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the same premise back to front again.
Oh, it sure is, because we're still in Chicago, and it's an alligator getting flushed down a fucking toilet. No difference whatsoever, probably.
It'll be different. Don't worry. You know, I say that, but then like Friday the 13th. I don't know.
You've seen the second one. You've seen most of the ones after that.
They're all good. All of them.
That's Alligator, everyone. Originally, I was going to give it a 5 out of 10, but because of that wedding scene, it gets a 5.5. Slightly above average movie.
Same reasoning, but I gave it a 6.
Right on.
It was going to be a 5, but I was like, you're right. I did enjoy watching people flip and fly around.
Absolutely.
There's that one point the bride and some other lady are trying to like run by, and a guy just flies into them and knocks them into the pool.
He sure does. Another guy just jumped off a trampoline onto the top of the tent.
Yeah, he did.
It was amazing.
And he got his pay. That's the fucking movie. I feel like I've said the F word too many times in this podcast. For your virgin ears, I apologize. I'm sorry, everybody. I got really upset about blatantly Los Angeles and calling it Chicago.
Yep, I get it. I didn't even notice that. Had I would have been equally pissed.
Shoot around the mountains.
Shoot around the mountains? Print out a map.
Print out a map. Order one online special. Who gives a shit?
Ask anyone in 1980 because they all have them because Google Maps doesn't exist.
Hey, palm trees face the other direction.
Yep.
They're not in every direction. You did a pretty okay job when you showed the downtown city, which was probably just a set.
Yeah.
It's probably a set.
Here's a better idea, though. Scout your location first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird. That thing that doesn't occur naturally in the place that we're supposed to be in. Maybe don't have that in the shot.
Yeah. So
Also, Chicago, higher concentration of black people than 3.
Oh, they really. Yeah, I guess they didn't.
You successfully whitewashed Chicago. You
Lordy.
ungentrified. Like, good job.
Lordy.
What kind of movies you got for me this week, Matt?
I gotta come down from my anger.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
Yeah.
I got 3. I had four categories.
Okay.
One of them fits into 2 categories. So
Okay.
I got 3 categories. All right, here we go.
Right on. I'm ready.
We've got a cop story.
Okay.
We've got sewer stuff. I don't know if you're sick of sewer stuff yet.
Sewer stuff, dude.
Okay. And the third one.
Yep.
Let me finish what I'm saying before you interject.
Because I'm gonna know.
No.
All right.
Because you're going to... Teeth. Not the movie Teeth. Animal teeth. Animal teeth and water.
Animal teeth and water. You want to watch the Bay so fucking bad.
It's not that.
It's not that.
It's not that.
Shit.
But I do.
You want to watch Lake Placid so fucking bad.
It's not that. I didn't want to go double alligator.
Yeah, I get it. I think that one's a crocodile, but I could be wrong.
Oh, we should make sure we know these things.
Yeah, that's true. You know what, man? See, this is tough. We did Jaws, which is about a police chief. We did Alligator, which is just about a homicide detective. So I want to go away from cops for a second.
Okay.
I feel like it's been a minute since we did anything in a sewer. And the third one's very intriguing. So I'm going to go, just to switch it up, I'm going to go, because we did 2 teeth and water, I'm going to go sewer stuff.
All right. We're watching Mimic.
Mimic, I've never seen it.
Del Tormo, sorry. I just said all of his name at once. I just said every...
It's just the truncated version. It's fine.
Yeah, that's one of his films.
In a pinch, when you have to get his name out. I didn't know that either. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right, sick.
Giant mutant cockroaches.
Okay.
Living in the sewer.
I thought it was about like a woman alien, so...
No, that's,
Species.
Cocoon.
Or that. All right. Sick, man. Mimic.
Yeah.
Again, never fucking seen it. Giant cockroaches, eh?
Cop story was Maniac Cop.
I'm so happy that I didn't choose that.
And then...
Man, am I happy I didn't choose that.
And then Water and Animal Teeth was Piranha.
Okay. Yep. It was either fucking Piranha or the Bay, so that's fine.
Yeah, fair. Honestly, I should have thumbed the Bay in there, but... It's gonna happen.
It is. The Bay, and again, to my friend, don't worry. House of a Thousand Corpses will get on a list eventually. I'm just worried because I like it so much.
Yeah, I don't want to have a fat shit on that film. I'd hate to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre again.
Okay.
Grindhouse
fucking Movie Club, guys.
That's,
Next week we're doing Mimic. If you thought that maybe Alligator was a good idea of a movie to have watched before the podcast, I'm sorry. If you are curious about the best scene in the movie, just look it up on YouTube because I'm sure it's there.
Search wedding alligator.
Yep. You're either going to find this movie or real footage.
And it'll be a much smaller alligator. And it'll be probably people being like, oh, look at that.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. All right. Mimic. Next week.
Grindhousemovie.club.
That's the website. Follow us on social media if you care.
We got it.
That we do. It's there. That's about it.
Good outro this week.